from the legends of memory and storage. Crucial brings you the ultimate performance in gaming. Legendary products. Precision engineered. For speed and stability. Crucial ballistics.
Hey guys, this is Raka and welcome to the Streamer Reviews, where gaming streamers gonna review the best new gaming laptops in the market. And today we are looking at the Intel powered ASUS ROG Zephyrus S17, a laptop which stands for its amazing multitasking capabilities. As a streamer, I need my system to stream, game, record all at the same time. Having tested it, I'm quite thrilled that this laptop can actually handle it. And if you're wondering how, it is all thanks to the 11th gen Intel Core i9 processor, which gives your laptop a desktop caliber performance. With 8 cores, 16 threads and Intel Turbo Boost Max technology 3.0, it is capable of running several tasks without worrying about bottlenecks. So multitasking also leads to some heating issues, but luckily the S17 has its active aerodynamic system plus, which improves the airflow and enables long hours of streaming while keeping it cool. While choosing for a laptop, I also look for fast connectivity options for my accessories such as Stream Deck and capture card. But thankfully, the S70's Intel Thunderbolt 4 is very sorted in this regard. This one port lets me connect to all my accessories easily thanks to its blazing fast bandwidth speed up to 40 Gbps. Overall, I think the ASUS Zephyrus S17 is a great laptop for streamers, gamers, or anyone with the similar needs. So what are you waiting for? Bring yours home today.
From the legends of memory and storage. Crucial brings you the ultimate performance in gaming. Legendary products. Precision engineered. For speed instability. Crucial ballistics.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to the Ultragear presents the Esports Tec Gauntlet Season 4, powered by Crucial. Our gaming partners are Intel, and our apparel partners are 656. Your boy Aggressive is now back on the hot seat once again with my main man, Universe. He's looking fly, he's looking clean, and he also got some new lights as well in his house. You gotta say, this guy looks absolutely beautiful, but as well as him, we gotta talk about the matchups for today, so let's head on down over into that screen and see which teams are gonna be playing for tonight.
I think that the one thing that we should be looking forward to is this match right here. Galaxy Esports and Oculus 5 did play up earlier today, and now we've got Optimistic going up against Team Valor. This should be a good match in terms of what we expect to be, the group standings to be shaken up a little bit here. Valor had not really having the mark as they did in the previous 3 seasons of, Gauntlet. They have got a couple of hurdles in their place, and Optimistic Esports could just be adding on to that misery. But let's see if they are optimistic enough. They could try and beat them overall because Valor currently are in a little bit of a vulnerable spot. I would say that they do have a little bit of a fall that they've had in the past couple of months. And I'm interested to see who's going to come on top of this one.
Especially when you consider the strides that Valor have taken to become much more of the better squad that they are. It just keeps on growing and building upon their strengths. But speaking of the strengths, let's talk about the MVP standings as we head on down over onto that screen, because we already know who's gonna go in for that number one spot in a lot of different occasions. But the fact that Raw Fuel has now made his statement, and also looking at his KDA universe, he's on his way to get a proper 2.0 KDA, which is really difficult when you're trying to fight for the MVP standings. The fact that Raw Fuel, Sami, and Paradox are now always here. Paradox, he's going to be really angry. Because you know for a fact he wants that number one, but he's still not been able to get a grasp of it.
Well, he's always been in the top four, that's for sure. I think that he is
He
one
lives
of.
here.
Yeah, indeed he does live here, and I think that he's gonna have a good time making his comeback happen. Hopefully, in terms of kills, because you can see that the others have gone ahead. Sami and Rafuel both above the 200 mark. But yeah, none of these people are going to be performing today. We've got optimistic players, and also got Valor players who are more of a team-based, stature than individual performances. Valor, especially because they have such a good and disciplined style of play that we all know and have watched for many months now. But yeah, I think let's find out who is going to be playing that spotlight that we will be talking about in just a bit.
Yeah, let's head on down over towards the group standings, because I do believe that as the season is slowly but surely coming to an end, we need to really talk about what the teams are really fighting for at this point. Is it for survival? Is it for that last opportunity to push themselves up? It all starts here. And Optimistic, you can already see they have 6 points on the board. 6 points, Universe. So they pretty much have solidified their hold almost in that regard. They still have 3 more matches to play. And in those 3 matches, even if they're able to get 1 point out of each, they get to that 9-point margin. And we know how important the 9-point margin is. Only friends, Team T69, Team Valor just grasping straws with the 3 points that they have. They need to win this. Otherwise, their run for the gauntlet and the possibility of actually making it on towards playoffs, it's pretty much null. This is their do or die.
Yeah, this most certainly is the do or die, and they're on par with 3 other teams as well. OnlyFans having the same stats, of course, and we've also got FS Esports, who've not really registered a win this season, unfortunately, which was definitely not the case last season. But we're not here to talk about them. We're here to talk about Optimistic Esports, who have had a pretty great run so far. 3 wins out of a possible 4, having picked up 6 points. And even if they do lose today, which I'm not quite sure, I'm not quite convinced about, because I think this is going to be a 3-mapper. Valor are the ones who are needing to be pushed through here, because they are down right in the relegation zone, in the red zone, and I'm pretty sure they do not want to stay there for too long. They need this win. They need it desperately to try and make it out of that red and black zone to try and qualify for this season. Otherwise, this is going to be a very difficult road ahead for them, because of the fact that they just have 3 more matches, including this one. So they need to put out every single thing that they have in the book out here in the open, go for it, all guns blazing, and hope for the best. Because optimistic, just as their name says, I'm pretty sure that they're gonna have no negative thoughts going into this one.
Yeah, that is for sure. Especially when you consider how optimistic they are when it comes down to their chances. We're pulling out all the puns here today. But regardless of that situation, I do believe that we need to check out the team a little bit more. So let's head on down over towards the team spotlight for the side of optimistic, see exactly who's going to be playing, who's going to be shaping up the entire server with their plays. Because this team as a whole, you can already see from their point margin that they are pretty much up there. INQ being one of the star fraggers for this entire roster. You know for a fact that whenever he's on a team, he has impact, and his teammates just enable him to do so much more in those cases as well.
Yeah, that is true. I think that the way that this team moves around with their roster is pretty great. They've got a good set of individuals who have been there in this competition in the past and have shown individual skills of a very high order. And that I think is why we've seen them win 3 matches out of the 4 that they've played. And of course, that we would expect this team to try and make a couple more strides happen. Let's see if that one of those strides is going to be today. But yeah, I'm excited for this, roster. But the one thing that I do want to consider is that they all have individual aspects, right? We know that Fox is pretty great on his own. He's a good backbone and team support for his team. And Ayan is, a multi-talented man. He's very versatile. He can play multiple roles of the team, mostly with the Jet. But I would expect this team to be on the upper hand today.
Yep. Optimistic, they just feel a lot more well-rounded, especially with all of their past performances. But on the side of Team Valor, it's not really the same. We'll talk about the side of Team Valor a little bit later. Let's see who's going to be the rising star for the side of Optimistic as we head on down over to the crucial player spotlight for their side. And you can already see that Kawhi being on this card, it's not really that surprising. Now, we put a lot of emphasis on the controller players quite often. We put them on the spotlight a lot more, primarily because of the amount of impact that they have throughout this entire game. Statistic wise, Kawhi is not anything out of the ordinary. But what is out of the ordinary about this specific player is the way that he enables his team. That's what I was saying. We have a lot of talented players on the side of Optimistic, but how are they able to get a lot of frags? How are they really able to get into a site and actually get value out of their own utility? It's primarily because of the controller and the way he times his smokes and also his fake smokes. I have seen Kawhi use a lot of the astral fake smokes, which is when you pull back the astral star, there's a nebula that pops up for 2 seconds to enable his team to enter a site without even having to pop a cooldown. That is really smart from his end. The way that he is able to play around that really gives the side of Optimistic a lot of opportunities to enter without even having to use any form of utility. And with that, I really do believe that he's going to be the deciding factor for their side this time around.
To say the same as well, I think that forgive me, Kawhi is going to be a good influence on this match. I think that him as a controller, him doing the job that he's supposed to do, considering that it is just keeping the pace of the game in control. Let's move to the next team. Let's have a look at Team Valor's lineup as we do know these players very well. We've seen them multiple times before. It's Buster Hawks, Bullet, JN, and Pasha Sahil, and these guys have been here for the longest time. And I mean, no surprise here, right? This is a squad which has stuck together as a team. They play as a team. Individual performances do come in, but you know this team for being very disciplined and little tightly knit.
Yeah. The thing about this team in particular, compared to the side of Optimistic, is that these guys have perfect synergy no matter what happens. They know each other. They've been playing with each other for years now. Not just in this game, but there are other tactical shooters games as well. And they're always close. Like when we did their interview session, you could see that this is a very tightly knit bunch. They're very comfortable around one another. They spend a lot of time together as well. Not just in the server, but outside as well. They're close friends, and that is one of the main reasons that you always do need to remember that a team, whenever you have such a unit, they need to be friends. They need to have fun not only in the server, but also outside. And Team Valor, they know exactly what to do here. That's why I'm keeping my eyes on them going up against Optimistic, because odds may not be in their favor on a statistic level, but I really do believe that Team Valor, they have that opportunity to take down Optimistic and keep their hopes and dreams alive for the playoffs. But speaking of the side of Team Valor, let's see who's going to be taking them over onto playoffs if it does happen as we head on down over towards the crucial player spotlight. And Buster, he deserves to be on it. He's the main man. He's the backbone of the squad, and Team Valor, they need him to step up more than ever if they want to keep their hopes and dreams alive.
I think that Buster is, we all know him that he just doesn't play the Sentinel role. He even plays the Raze if need be. He plays the Reyna as well. Buster is a pretty great player to have on your team, especially when you need somebody who can fill in multiple roles. And with that, I expect Buster to be on his best today, because if he's not, then the team's going to have a little bit of a problem. There is one thing, though. We should be expecting the side of Valor give competition in terms of their map picks, because I think that they are more stronger um, on their home maps in terms of set pieces and strategies that they execute, instead of other maps where they have to go by the flow of what the opponent is facing on or giving on to them. And just as I talk about it, let's have a look at the map, shall we? Because I think that the one thing that we need to consider is what maps are going to be played by Valor, because their map pool is pretty strong, but it's not that wide. And for that reason, we've got Valor picking up Split and Optimistic going for a little bit of a safer zone on Ascent, and we ending it off with Haven. Pretty standard three maps that we would have, starting off with what we would know to be the ground zero of Valorant.
I don't know how much I like the first initial map being Ascent, though. You know for a fact that our entire region as a whole just completely shifted away from the map of Ascent from even being a pickup if you're a top caliber team. This is primarily due to the fact that every team can play Ascent. Why would you pick this up? Because I understand, maybe you just believe you're the better team on this map, but it can come to bite you in the butt pretty much instantly. You never really know what your opponents are going to do here. This map is not really dynamic, but it puts your mechanical skill on center front. And whoever hits the more shots on this map is seemingly the team that always wins. There are a lot of fast heavy execution rushes that you can go in for, and unless you have a very similar composition to your opposition, if you try to stray away too much from the meta, this map is not going to be favoring you. This is, I don't know why, Universe, but I always say that Ascent is the most one-dimensional map in this entire game, and that's why a lot of teams, and even in ranked play, when you consider that, they love this map because you don't need to stray away far from what's good. Because if you just play it well enough, you're just going to be better than the opponent team. Because if your aim is better, you're just going to be able to take it.
Yeah, I think that is true. It comes down to the aim duels here. Ascent is as downright zero as it gets. I think Valor are going to have no problem with it at all. I think that they're going to
Split
be
is going to be
uh,
interesting.
yeah, Split is going to be definitely interesting. Valor picking it up, I would expect it. I would have actually expected them to pick Haven, but them going with Split and letting Haven be a part of this is something that I don't think they're going to have a problem with at all. So we will be going into the game very soon, ladies and gentlemen. We're just a couple of minutes away from moving into Ascent, but until then, I do have to ask you, Aggressive, how do you see this going on? Do you think this is going to be a 2-0, or because for me, it looks like we are most likely to see Haven come up at some point.
I really do believe that this is going to be a 3-game. I have like, you know, that gut feeling that you always have that, okay, maybe it's going to work, but maybe it's not. But I do believe Ascent being that first initial map is what's throwing me into a loop because I cannot predict what's going to happen in map 1.
Yeah, I think I have to say the same. I think that the one thing we can expect, though, is a
It should be a
double
close game.
duelist lineup. Sorry?
It should be a close game on the map of Ascent. I'm expecting an overtime here because no team is like, no team really has that specific advantage when you look at the statistics as well. Both of them had similar win rates here. Both of them have almost similar compositions with a couple of differences here and there, with a possibility of a KO being picked up from Team Valor, because we have seen them pick up the KO quite often on a couple of different occasions. Anything is possible here.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that, we've seen that KO meta come in now recently. I think that people have realized that how good KO actually is in terms
That's,
of
I think,
countering.
because of Chamber, dude. Chamber is such a menace.
Yeah,
And if
Taylor
you
is a menace. I think that for him and of course the Jet, KO is a perfect counter. He just completely shuts them down. No dashes available, no teleports available. You you cannot run away from the opposing team to come and rush into your faces and try and take the fight one on one. Whereas without KO, you can just run away pretty easy. And yeah, well, let's find out whether or not we can get this KO pick going. But as I say it, let's move into the agent selection screen, ladies and gentlemen. Ascent is on the horizon, and here we are with the first map of this series.
now with the first initial pickups coming on down through, the agent select's gonna be, yeah, as I expected, they are gonna be going in for that KO. Sorry, not KO, I mean Chamber. Chamber is pretty much a common pickup now on the map of Ascent, and I have been going through a lot of different phases of my own. I've been picking up the KO a lot more often. I've been mastering Neon, I've been mastering KO, Chamber, all of them coming into play primarily because of one thing. I see all of these agents having massive amounts of potential to be the game changer. And in a lot of different cases, this one Chamber has brought in such a shift when it comes down to how you play the meta. I absolutely adore it. But the thing is, you can't really go in for the Chamber here anymore. Double Sentinel does not work on the map of Ascent. The fact that they picked up the Killjoy here already shut down that option. The thing with Chamber is that the way that Chamber works, he's a very aggressive duelist on the side of defense, not on the side of attack though. In on attack, he feels like a much worse Reyna. Just think about it, universe. Like put it into perspective on that end. What is Chamber, and how does he play? Doesn't it feel as though you're playing Reyna? In a lot of different cases, the way that you get out of fights, the way that you take fights, you have a lot of different opportunities.
I would say that Chamber is more of a semi-duelist, semi-sentinel. I think he's like a mixed breed. I think we're slowly heading towards that zone where Riot is trying to put out agents that have multiple roles, not just one,
Yeah,
right?
that's
So that
important though.
yeah, so we're gonna have a hybrid set of agents maybe at some point coming out soon. You never know. We already have a semi-duelist and semi-sentinel sort in Chamber. Are we gonna see that in the future? Let's find out. No Chamber for now though. As let's head into the
Yeah.
map, ladies and gentlemen. We've got Ascent on the horizon. Similar lineups on both sides. Absolutely nothing differentiating between them. This is Valor going up against Optimistic Esports.
This is gonna be an interesting one, and I'm really excited for this. I've been waiting for this matchup for quite a while, primarily because Team Valor, they haven't really had that chance to prove themselves in multiple different occasions, but after such a long break in the Gauntlet, yeah, they haven't played a match in how long? Almost a couple of weeks now. So they've completely refreshed themselves, possibly new strategies coming on board, and with that, I really do believe this team can go the distance. They're able to take this first initial kill, and beautiful play from the side of JN. Getting that shot, getting that kill. Fox is going to take a back seat, and the A side could just be ripe for the picking. Ooh,
Here
Buster.
Immutable takes a head off of Pasha side. YB God gets another as Valor falls short on the A side. There's lineups coming in, but Ion is gonna try and stop Jane pushing through that smoke. There's the frenzy, not gonna work in that range as
Oh, poor
OE
Hopes.
look like they're gonna get a flawless pistol here, and that's exactly what's gonna be the case, except for one person who has died, which I did not see until now, forgive me. But this is, I mean, that's kind of a flawless, isn't it, in its own way?
Yeah, it's a flawless, but Fox is like, that sacrificial goat. He needed to die and be the sacrifice for all of it. It's gonna be sad for him. He did get caught out because of the Nebula having a little bit of a gap, and then JN, of course, using it to the best of his own abilities to get that first initial kill. It's gonna hurt, but not as much, because honestly speaking, Pisserons, especially on the map of Ascent, it does not, carry as much weight as a couple of the other maps, because there's no such thing as a specific, gun advantage. You can still use a couple of the shorties, couple of the specters, or even the judges to get that value back. And as the Valorant meta shifts more and more over time, and as a lot more of the other maps become a lot more predominant, you can see the map of Ascent being something that plays out like Bind. Any weapon works here, and if you're smart enough with your team, even the sheriffs that you are using can instantly turn around, and you can also take long-range engagements with it as well. Weaponry advantage won't be that much of a problem because I do believe that Team Valor, considering their aim and their mechanical capabilities, the Sheriffs alone should give them that edge that they need to take away this round and possibly get a Thrifty.
Well, let's find out whether or not that Thrifty is gonna work, because they do have a bunch of Spectres and even a Vandal to face off against. This is gonna be a little bit of an interesting one for them to handle.
You know how dangerous Vandals are when it comes down to Thrifty rounds, because you can kill a Vandal player really easily with a Sheriff, but killing a Spectre player is a lot more difficult.
Actually, have to agree. I think that we need a little bit of, you know, that Spectre. I know it's been nerfed, but
Oh, Hawks!
give me-
Hawks!
Been found out. Of course, he has teammates being covering up the Sova, who is going to be droning as the entire side of Optimistic Esports find their way towards the A side. They got clean control, and Vibey God is here to clean up the mess. Gets one. JN hoping to maybe tap one head with that classic, but just doesn't have enough firepower. Fox swings out, will take down one. Bullet's gonna be doing nothing to him as Fox is struggling to take out JN. He's running away. Shocktar's chasing him. Bullet's chasing him, but JN will get one before he's put down to bed.
Yeah, Jane gets that one kill. He's gonna be happy about that. 1 point closer towards his Blade Storm and 1 point closer to maybe turning things around. And I really do believe that the fact that he got that one kill made sure he got an operator for himself. Yeah, it's a naked op, but I think that he can make this one work. It's a dangerous play though, regardless, because one missed shot and you're just dead. Even with a jet, you won't be able to survive for that long. 60 HP is not a lot to work with, because you know for a fact that one bullet will hit him regardless, considering the reaction time of these players.
True. Now look at this. We've got a 4x coming in with the side of Valor. Oaks is hoping to try and get somebody out of the way here. Close to the A main, but nobody from the side of the attackers is actually challenging him, because they know that they need to take close range fights based on the weapons that they have. Immutable could take this fight, and he's got a Vandal to do it as well. Oaks is going to immediately get back. And this A push that is looking to be perpetrated from the side of the attackers might just move away as soon as they heard the two people over there, the Jet and the KO. Shocktar's pouring in as well.
That's gonna give away a lot of information here, Universe, as well. That's gonna be all that they needed to know to get a little bit farther forward. And now that there's no 0 point available, there is no information for them to play around. But JN on this operator, he could be the one to change it all around. He just needs one kill. Just one, as they're pushing straight in. I don't think he's going to be able to get this one, though. They're not giving it away to him. 30 seconds left on the clock. The execution's going to be coming on down through as well. Smokes are out. Everything's in. And JN, he doesn't find that angle. Beautiful smokes coming in through from the side of Kawhi. This is what I was telling you guys. Kawhi is the difference maker for it all. He knew for a fact that JN's going to be holding for the left inside corner. And smoked it off, and Optimistic, they just run in towards the side on the last 30 seconds. Get the plant, get the kills, and Team Valor, they're now on the back foot once more.
What an execute. Beautifully done from the side of OE, but as soon as I see that, Valor, they've got Busted trying to bust up a couple of defenses here, post-plant defenses. Bullet is made his way towards the side.
I don't think they know.
Expect this lower under heaven position, but Ion, well, he's got a weapon that's very useful in those kind of situations. Close range, burst shots, and the Spectre reigns supreme. Vandals being picked up, and economy on top of everything right now, as Valor are completely discomforted in this first map of Ascent in the first couple of rounds.
It just goes to show how the side of Optimistic really love to play. They waited to see how exactly Team Valor are going to be approaching this round, and they knew for a fact that, hey, if we're going to wait for the last 30 seconds, one player will be playing from the right side of Rafters. So why don't we smoke off both? Normally that is a horrible play to do, and Universe, you can agree with me. If you smoke off the right hand side of Rafters, the defenders can completely walk on down over towards the middle, and as soon as the smokes dissipate, you're just dead. But if you use it at the very last 30 seconds of a round, you know for a fact that someone's playing from the right-hand side of Raptors. You want to block their vision, and you want to force them to peek you out in the open as you're going in for that execution. The fact that Team Valor, they crumbled under the pressure trying to stop them at the very last 30 seconds, basically the side of Valor, played into the hands of Optimistic. There was nothing that Valor could have done. If they tried to go in for a retake in that situation where they had no utility, reminding yourself that, hey, Optimistic baited out almost 90% of their utility. They only had the utility that recharged over time. And that was one of the main reasons why they won that round. And on the 0-3 scoreline, Team Valor, their backs are now against the wall because this strategy pretty much did make them second guess themselves of how they really want to move forward in the following rounds. But I'm really hoping that this one eco round will give them that time that they need to possibly slow things down and get a proper pacing. Because if they don't make their stand here, the map of Ascent could just be very one-sided. Well, that 1-0 point is going to help a lot here as well.
Okay, Valor taking a little bit of an aggressive approach towards A shot and mid are going to be pushed back and towards B as well.
Oh, JN.
Dashes away in the thin air. But here's Ion trying to stop him. Immutable expecting that close corner hold by Buster. And this is a good split, disciplined play from the side of Optimistic. They do not underestimate their opponents. They're trying to keep it as clean as possible. And they're trying to give them the respect that they deserve. But at the same time, they are executing their brute force. And telling that we will make sure that we will kill you.
Ouch.
Even if it is after a couple of minutes.
Yeah. Possibly another flawless if they're not careful, but Pasha maybe getting this kill onto a runaway Immutable. He's taking for a push, he's going in for a swing. That's gonna be one head from the side of Pasha Sahil, but Immutable, yeah, he already had one foot in the grave. He just put his second one in and just sunk right in. 0-4, not really gonna hurt them as much. They get a couple of extra ultimate points to work with as well here, but I really do believe that the side of Team Valor, they're feeling the pressure. They don't even have ultimates yet, and having ultimates on the 5th round is the most crucial thing. And you know for a fact, Universe, that if you don't get those ults on the 5th round, where you needed to put in a game changer for yourself, especially on a 0-4 scoreline, it starts building up. Even if you have these guns, you need to get these kills. The first initial couple of frags will be the thing that changes it all around, and JN shuts down the ultimate coming in down through from the KO, but still, with the reset already being present, they can easily enter this site once again. The KO ult is still pulsing, but they get no value out of it. They're stuck outside of the B side, but this one Killjoy lockdown could just be the thing that changes it all.
Yeah, but the problem is Oaks has a great grenade to take it all out.
I don't think that affects it, right?
No, it doesn't.
No.
It needs to be in the same level. Oh,
Yep.
and they're gonna be completely dismantled
Oh,
here.
they don't know. He doesn't know.
Oh, no, he knows.
Oh, he knows.
Obviously. He had to check it. Of course he had to. But there's been trades going back and forth, so it's a 3v3 still. One thing that Valor still have, though, is that Killjoy ultimate, which could help them for this retake. So they should try and place a little bit more slowly. They don't really have to stop them from planting the spike. They could just let them plant the spike and play for the retake.
It's building up over time, and maybe at this point they could just be caught between a rock and a hard place, but I don't think so just yet. Buster
the timing
getting that
on that.
ultimate down so quickly. That was so necessary. Kawhi, he gets caught out by the sun, and Buster, he tried to go in for his A's, but Bullet's gonna be the one to seal it all away. 1-4, beautiful round coming on down through from their side, and Buster, his Killjoy lockdown did not really get a lot of value, but they did deny the spike plan from coming on down through. That is a very crucial part, because now they don't have that extra 400 credits that they would have gotten from the spike plan. Even if they lost this round, even if they have a lot of economy to work with, Universe, consider something. That economy from the spike plan builds up more and more, doesn't it? The fact that they lost here means that they need to buy this round, they need to buy the second round, and if they got the spike plan down on both rounds, they would have enough money to buy in the third round as well. Pretty much opting in a 3-way buy for 3 consecutive rounds. But I'm just literally counting my chickens before they even hatch, so forget about that. Let's talk about this round, because Anki got that first initial kill on the Buster, and JN
Did not fire, and that might have just cost them the round, unless
Nope,
Oleg
Oleg.
has something to say about it. He's stuck in a corner. and he had nowhere to run. Hoax looking to try and make a sneaky play happen, but Fox is around the corner. He'll not be able to get that kill though. And here's the Hunter's Fury coming in from the attackers. And here's Kawhi being the man that he's supposed to be, holding the back lines, waiting for his team to try and make moves so that he can come and be the disturbing factor in the entire game. 5B God gets another. Pasha Sahil trying to do something with it, but before he can say anything, YB God shuts him down, and the remaining fall as well. A great round yet again from the side of Optimistic Esports, and Valor quite not finding their footing in this game.
Valor, they get taken down a couple of pegs here once again. This is gonna hurt them quite a lot. They're trying to move it all down. They're trying to get a couple of these frags, but nothing's working out for them. One by one, they're dropping like flies, and one by one, they're trying to maybe switch things out for themselves. But let's see how it goes this time around. Pushing up from their back end, it is going to be Hoax trying to go in for one kill. But Hoax goes out for a flash, goes out for a swing, and Hoax is going to be able to get 3 kills towards the face of Immutable. Fox on the sidelines, though. Tag between two different people, doesn't know where to run, doesn't know where to hide, but still he gets the information. The last two players are playing from mid. They're on very low levels of HP because he knows for a fact he tagged them down. And now 4 bullets and a dream. The reload has been heard. Buster's position has been revealed. Last couple of frags to go, and I don't think anyone's gonna be able to do anything about that. Vibey gets the kill. Bullet's last person remaining. Kawhi shuts him down, and a 1-6 scoreline going in the favor of the side of Optimistic.
Well, that was kind of expected, given that they were on an eco. But they did cause a little bit of damage towards mid. Fox was not expecting both those players to be there, but unfortunately, even though he did see them, he was just not able to finish off those kills. He did give them quite a bit of damage, which allowed them to kind of finish off the round as comfortably as possible. But here we've got Valor struggling to keep up. It's 1-6 now, and it's just either a buy or an eco, and that's pretty much been the loophole for them so far. JN expecting that knife to come in, and both of them are going to be getting pulled in that gravity well, but that recon is perfect.
JN.
And then JN getting absolutely outplayed here.
He got
and
way too
Bullet, well, he might have given that recon to help some of his teammates get a kill, but he's going to finish it off himself, expecting that kill. Here's YB God being detected, cannot use any of his utility. Optimistic Esports need to be careful here. There is an ultimate available to stop them as well, the Hunter's Fury. And Bullet is choosing to save it for a better day, a better round.
They're just waiting it through this time. They know for a fact they baited out all forms of utility from their opponents. So now what are they going to do? Back it up, rein it back in, play it slow, play it steady. Try to make the side of Team Valor guess exactly where they're going to be going. That is what they're doing right now. Look at their positions. They're just waiting for the side of Team Valor to make that first initial mistake, because the last 30 seconds is where the side of Optimistic start to shine. But the last 30 seconds are also very dangerous, universe. You know how 30 seconds executions go. One player dies and all hell breaks loose, and Bullet is giving it up. They're going towards the A side because of the recon bolt. Only one person is inside. This should be good. This should be it. Buster giving away his positions. Swing comes out. That's going to be the first. Buster's going to be able to get a second. There's no way he misses this, but Buster, he dies. And the spike plant's going to go down. The B side's completely empty. And look at Kawhi. He can take a swing. He's going to get 1 kill. That's all that he needed to do. Last 2 players remaining. But the spike plant?
Oh, it did not come through. The spike is on site, and Immutable was killed. And because of that,
Kawhi didn't swing early enough. I honestly thought that Kawhi swung fast enough and the kill didn't happen. I didn't even look at the kill feed. Ouch, that round's gonna hurt.
that is definitely going to hurt. They expected that to be their round, but one player on the side got 1 kill, and then came another from towards defender side spawn to get another. That was the side of Optimistic Esports, falling apart a bunch of biscuits. This time, they are trying to make their strides towards A, but it looks like it's only just a fake to try and get that ultimate orb, because Immutable looks like he wants to activate his ultimate towards B. There is still a little bit of a weaponry discount towards the side of Valor. They are forced to being played on Spectres on Bullet and Pasha Sahil. Not the best of opportunities for them to try and win long range fights, and Pasha Sahil is kind of sitting in a long range fight zone. Oh, he's moving around, but look at the side of OE. They're actually moving in towards A. This is an interesting trade back. And now that they've detected two over here, they expect this to be a Hoax who's actually going to be rotating. But now it's OE who are going to be rotating. They do not want to take this fight anymore. They're trying to be as disciplined and quiet as possible. But with the time running out yet aggressive, not quite sure how good this is going to work out for them. And look at Bullet. He's sitting and holding up a lineup for I have no goddamn idea where.
30 seconds left.
Oh, here we go.
This is gonna be an execution that's gonna be quick, but still, this KO ultimate has completely shut down multiple different fronts. Buster, though, he's trying to hold down the doors as best as he possibly can, and Buster is the game changer for all of it. Buster gets a 3K. Oaks is gonna be the one to trade him out. Last person remaining. Shots are gonna be coming in, but immutable. Sorry, Kawhi. He's not going to be able to do out much. He tries to get the plant. He's not even going to be able to get that. The execution was smart. The execution was good. But Buster on the defense, you cannot shut this man down. He's going to play those angles like he's going to hold it down hard. And when he is holding something down, you know for a fact he's not going to be giving it up anytime soon. But still, the legendary 9-3 scoreline is coming in soon enough. 3 more rounds to win. Do they want to risk it? Or do they want to give away that 1 round just to not get cursed by the Valorant gods?
Well, let's find out whether or not it happens. For now, the Valor have built up a significant economy to work with. They have an operator on JN. He will not be shy to use it. There goes the Bullet. Now they know the jig's up, but here's Bullet trying to take it down. He does have little bit of support, so he can hope to get something out of this. He will get away as well as Ion jumps in, goes in towards the door of the market. It is still a 4v5, not too much lost here for the side of OE, but Buster's ultimate could make them lose it. There goes the plant. Hoax is trying to crawl in towards market, and here's the post plant, and Ion is going to be the most important person in this entire situation.
I think he's in the worst possible spot that he could be in. He's gonna force himself out, gets one of the first initial kills. Oh, he's gonna be able to run away. He gets towards the mid sideline, and that's gonna be the most crucial part. Kawhi catches out Pasha's Isle. Immutable's gonna be able to chill inside of the side. They don't know where he is. They know where he is, but what can you really do to try and shut him one down? Bullet takes a bullet to the head. Jan's gonna be able to get that first initial kill on towards the face of Immutable. Bullet's gonna be able to go for one more, and he shuts down another from the sidelines. Fox is gonna be able to game changer. He takes out Bullet. One's gonna be flying up, one's gonna be flying down, but still, you can see that Fox is playing all the mind games against the side of Buster. Buster, he needs to stick it down hard, but he cannot stick it fast enough. It's gonna be the final kill coming on down from the side of Fox. He dies to the spike, but he gets the round for his team. A very crucial round for them to win. And the fact that now OE, they have once again got the ball back onto their court. I don't think nothing that Valor do can try and change that. Their economy is in shambles once more. This is the last buy round that they can get. If they don't get this one right now, they have nothing to fight for themselves in the end of the half.
It's true. 7-3 now, and Buster wants to try and change that, but this play could be a little too risky for him. The reload being hard. Fox knows he's towards the right now. Shock darts raining towards him. But look at where Ion's already come up, and he's got support as well. Immutable right next to him as they're running straight in towards this B side. Buster's gonna take out 2, Jane's gonna take out 1, and Valor have shut down the side of Optimistic just within a couple of seconds. And a flawless round, and a much needed flawless as well for the defenders, as they are looking to shut this half at least to a 7-5, if not an 8-4. And their first try towards it was very much necessary.
Now on this round in particular, it's a 4-7, so they're fighting for the 8-4 at this point. OE, they have more than enough money to go in for a little bit of a fight here, but still, not really in the best of places. Immutable being forced onto a Spectre without any form of armor. He needed to buy utility as well, so that's gonna hurt him quite a lot. But still, these guns can do a lot of damage if they get close enough for it all. Buster, he's gonna get caught out. He's gonna be full flash. That's gonna be one free gun towards the side of the attackers. Jian, he's running it down. This running down, it's gonna be a bad idea, but still, come on! Trigger discipline is necessary, but the fact that he didn't go in for it's gonna be the thing that costs him. Jian's gonna be the one to take down multiple. Now, a couple of more bullets, he breaks down the door, but still, it is a 3 versus 3 situation. The site is still in the favor of Optimistic, so things could change here with a snap of a finger.
Fuck. Eats a lot of bullets, down to 19 HP he goes, and all he needs now is to be safe, but with him being on 19 HP, this is going to be a difficult one. No ultimates to work with either for the side of Optimistic, so they're just going to have to fight off with a bit of utility and their raw aim, but as soon as I say that, they are gone down.
Man.
Yep. Good round, a retake, a much needed retake as Valor tried to stabilize their first half on Ascent. 7-5, not that bad at all, huh?
Really good start. I have to say that I was worried for the side of Team Valor right off the get-go when they did lose out on the consecutive 5 rounds, but as soon as they started picking up those rounds back, I'll personally say that on the defensive side, they did a pretty good job, but the thing is, Universe, you know that historically map-wise, Ascent is a very defender-sided map, especially when you're trying to go in for an A-side execution. The A side is really hard to force yourself into, and the B side is even more difficult if they have the proper utility to shut you down before you even get that push up and running. Now, this composition that they're playing really does rely on them playing that mid down to perfection, because if they have that proper level of mid control and they're able to use a utility in proper conjunction to having that level of control, that should give them the edge here. But Ion, he's playing with fire. He could easily die out here if he doesn't give this one up. Oh, never mind. He doesn't need to give anything up.
Good shots by the defense, but here's Bullet trying to make things work. The plant will go down, but it is a 2v3, which is against the attackers, and Valor need to be careful here. One good thing is that they've got their player in a very good position to try and cut off some rotations here. And he's playing with sounds and time, but Fox, he's got his number, he dials it up, and here's Fox getting the second one as well. A great retake. A little too aggressive for their own good Valor, which throws him off, but that was the only way that they could fight.
There's absolutely nothing that you could do that would have done to try and bring this one back. Too much control, and the fact that, once again, it's all about the mid. If you're not able to get it, your opponents are going to start pushing out, and the defenders are going to turn into the attackers. The beauty of this composition is that you can play in multiple different fronts with this comp. It's so well-rounded, especially with the KO under your belt. Those flashes, yes, they're not that strong, but that 0 point can shut down any form of defensive hold that the attackers could have had to try and, slow themselves down and try to take you apart piece by using their own utility. The pistol round is a good showcase from the side of Optimistic that they have broken into the nitty-gritty of this composition, and they're using it so beautifully. But INQ, he's now stuck between a rock and a hard place. Here comes the Force Spice as well. You gotta remember, Team Valor, they went in for a Force, and they're gonna try to rush down towards this A side because the first player's already gone down. And Valor, they're looking to see if they can shut down Kawhi as well onto Generator, get the site for themselves, a free plant possibly, and they're gonna be able to get it.
Down A.
Taking over the A side, and this is a good situation for them to be in because they do have the man advantage as well as weaponry to work it out. And with them trying to establish a little bit of force onto this side is a good thing because all they need right now is the round. Doesn't matter how many people survive, they just need this round. There it is, YB trying to deny them of this round. He goes for another, but Buster's trying to make things work. INQ hits back with one more. It's the Marshall that is going to be falling short. Fox on top of Generator is not going to be able to take down the Hawks as he comes in at the right time to secure the round for them. And this is all they need. Economy could be one thing that comes into danger for the side of Valor losing 4 players, but it doesn't matter because their opponents right now are on an eco and a very well-timed timeout coming in from the score leaders right now who do not look like they want to give away their lead that easily.
This was very crucial for them to get this round as well. You gotta remember here, Universe, the fact that they went in for a force buy and they were able to catch the side of OE off guard was one of the main reasons why they got it all away. Optimistic, they were not expecting this. Why would you go in for a force buy like that at that exact same moment? And the fact that they used this force buy not to go in for a fast execution down over onto any of the sides, but to force their way in for a pick. And as soon as they got that pick, they made their way through mid with those Spectres and just blazed through everyone. IronK's position was already known. They know for a fact that one person will be rotating from spawn to try and head on down over towards the B side where the player died so they can get a little bit more info to work with. And with that, they snap their fingers and they're already rushing towards A, where they know for a fact that one player is going to be sitting somewhere inside of the site. Maybe Kawhi, maybe someone. They get that kill and it's already over. They have the manpower. They have the better weaponry for those rush engagements. They take it, they bring it all back, and the round is theirs. A little bit too close for comfort, of course, but Hoax was able to clutch it. And just as you stated, now the defenders, they're on the back foot. And I really want to see how Optimistic are going to make their way down forward for this one.
Oh, Kawhi being a little too aggressive, but this might just work out in his favor. That's a really good smoke and a push from the man right there, but he will get taken out. That recon and spam combo works out perfectly for him. YB God looking to try and make it a little bit more damaging for the opponents as they rush in towards this side. Recon's pistol.
Oh my God! No
way. How the hell did he get
That's
that
unlucky.
kill?
That's unlucky.
Oh boy. Bullet looking for a shock dart kill, not gonna get it. Pasha Sahil will take down Ion. Pretty straightforward round for them, but they've already lost 2 players, which shouldn't have happened. But the side of Valor have stabilized, ladies and gentlemen. They are 1 round away from Optimistic Esports, leveling the scores at least. Here's the first full buy that needs to be recognized in terms of one of the most important rounds of this series, because this is going to translate into who might have the upper hand here. If Valor win this, they are going to be moving further ahead to take round number 9 and 10 as well. If they don't, then the side of Optimistic Esports have a little bit of breathing space.
I do believe that's all that they need here. Not much. Ion, though. This is a dangerous game that he's playing. He's been playing onto short for the longest of times, and they're now predicting this movement coming in. YB, though, from the sides, Ion, he misses 1 shot. Just as I stated, he stayed there for too long, and he's gonna get punished for it as well. First initial kill already gone down. The operator is no longer in play. And ladies and gentlemen, Team Valor, they know this. And they're gonna head on down over onto A, where the operator is the most strongest. And now, without that op to hold down that A main sideline, they can rush in towards the side and not have to worry about a player just dying immediately as they peek out of a smoke.
Beautiful. Expecting them to push through. Will throw down his grenade to try and stop them for a couple of seconds. A flash as well, but the recon is going to push him back. That flash is beautiful, but Hoax will get the better of him. A KO duel that is won by Hoax is going to allow the side of Valor to maybe settle in for their 8th round. But here's Buster putting down his utility to try and get away from this Killjoy utility, as Killjoy ultimate, as fast as possible.
Look how he's gone.
Yep. This is a round that is done and dusted. It is going to be Valor for the taking. They're going to throw the economy of Optimistic Esports into a mix. And YB God, well, as many as you want to kill, my friend, it doesn't really matter. All Valor want right now are rounds, and they've got economy building up as well on the back of it, so it doesn't even matter. All of them are going to have money for a buy next round. All of them will have more than enough to stabilize them for at least the next 2 rounds. So Valor, quite back in the game.
8 and 8. Even Stevens on the scorecard here, Universe. Both sides, they have brought in a little bit more of an emphasis on the way that they're playing a lot of these defensive rounds and also the attacking rounds, but that's the thing here. The more I look at it and the more I try to bring this into perspective, I really do believe that Optimistic, they're becoming a little bit too one-dimensional. They have a composition that allows them to be dynamic, but they're not really using it like they did back in the pistol round now, are they? On the pistol round, we saw them take initiative. What on the rounds after, I pretty much saw them just sitting down on towards their sides, just trying to bunker it, instead of actually forcing their way up.
It's a lot of utility being dropped down by YB. Got to try and bait out for his teammates as he runs away. Kawhi. Oh, he's been hard. No, he's running away as well. This is not good, but he still finds a kill. Bullet must be mesmerized in confusion to understand how the hell that just happened. Knife going in from the side of Valor. They're trying to clear out the B side. Yes, YB got trying to stop them. Hoax takes a little bit of damage. A Sheriff of all things to try and stop them, as JN actually eats a couple of bullets.
They don't know. I think they should know. Fox, it's up to you, buddy. Fox, one more. Fox, you hear him? He needs this kill. If he doesn't, he's done. Done. Nope.
Oh, he's got
Here comes the backup.
Wow.
Last kill.
What a round. What a round from the side of Optimistic. Slow paced. Kept it disciplined. Kept it as close to the chest as possible and played it to perfection. Didn't matter whether their utility was low, didn't matter whether their weapons were not that great. They played it perfectly and allowed Fox to be the hero, holding down to the side, expecting that B push, and it turned out to be a wonderful one. They grabbed their lead back and will keep Valor at bay from taking over them.
Get out of my way.
Bringing it all home. Just a couple of seconds. That nearly costed them everything there. It was a close one, but still Buster, he doesn't miss those. Peeks out, spots out Fox's head. Shows exactly who the better Killjoy is in this 1v1 scenario. But still, Kawhi, he's going to be able to shut down one more, taking them out one by one, piece by piece. Pasha's going to take a good chunk of damage. Kawhi, you're playing a dangerous game by jumping down from the side of heaven, but still, Kawhi still gets that kill. Valor, they're getting all of the trades, but still, these trades, how much are they helping? How much are they giving you value here? Because you got to remember, the Hunter's Fury is still available for the side of the defenders. They can deny the plan in a couple of seconds. Vibey, you don't need to take this being. He's taking such a dangerous fight. Why?
Ayan needs to be careful. He is on side, but JN, he's just a couple of seconds away from his knives and he's got them back online. The 1 versus 2. It's an idea, but he's got no chance of winning that. JN's right click is much faster than his left click. I have the same question, my friend. That was an
He had the
unnecessary
Hunter's
fight.
Fury.
Yep.
They didn't need to go anywhere inside of the site. They had information on a short as well. The garden was in their control. No one could have flanked them from the back. They heard all of the sounds. Every single little bit of utility was used from the side of Team Valor to get themselves into the site. They knew where the utility was coming from. All three players were inside the site and they still took a fight against them?
There goes the ultimate. Hoax wants to try and push them out of the side with his ability blocking ultimate. But they're holding their ground here. Optimistic. They're being optimistic about it. And there's JN, who was almost killed. Immutable had a good chance, but JN will punish him for it and his teammate as well. YB God will get one though. Buster's gone down. As Bullet. Oh, YB God with another, but he's been put to silence. As Kawhi is the only one left. He's got a frenzy and a dream. One part of the dream has been accomplished. 2 more to go. At that range, Pasha Sahil was struggling himself, but yep, he's gonna be able to shut him down. And that's Valor taking the lead for the first time in the game.
They're the ones on the driver's seat. They're the ones who are going to set the pace of this entire matchup. If the side of Optimistic are not careful, they're dropping the ball in multiple different occasions, and this is what's bringing them down a couple of pegs here as well. They need to switch up their strategies. They need to change everything up here. Otherwise, it's going to be a problem. They have so many ultimates to work with. This round should be theirs. Universe, there is no way they lose this one, right? Consider their utility.
I mean, you could make a case about it, but let's find out whether or not it's the case. Is
Are you gonna be the judge of this case?
I mean, it would be sound if there was a judge in play, but there isn't, and Kawhi has to defend it all by himself. He has to
I don't
be...
think they know. Oh,
Kawhi! He could have gotten that kill, but he will get another instead. He's still safe.
Oh,
He's still
Kawhi!
causing damage. He's gotten 2, and I think he might have just done enough. The side will be taken, but that doesn't mean the retake is impossible. Here goes Immutable. He's got an ultimate, and he's trying to get it work. He's got one, and he's spotting out both of the others. He knows exactly where they are. They're running away, and he's called it out to his teammates. He's gonna be revived as well. And here's Ion. He needs to keep his weapon out, and he does not connect the shot. What? How? Bullets found 2! What the hell is happening? What have you done, Optimistic?
Okay, they did it way too early. You needed to deny the plan. You didn't need to stop it. Sorry, not you needed to actually play for the after plan, not to deny the plan. What am I saying? I'm even dumbfounded about what just happened there, but still, very much a clutchable round. Both of the players are very low, but Hoax is 1 shot, while Vibe is gonna be 2 shots. So positions are prime.
And Hoax finds the better positioning and timing as well. 1 to the head is all he needed, and 1 to the head he delivers.
Yeah, about that case.
Mm-hmm.
I think we already know who won that one.
Well, I mean, you are the judge of it.
It's just the sad part right here, man.
A
This
judge named
round-
Bucky.
Damn it.
Imagine
Right.
if Bucky Barnes from the Winter Soldier became a judge after, his war life.
Hey, then we
Judge
could have made
Bucky
all the
Barnes.
puns.
I mean, he needs to be playing Valorant for that. Oh, speaking of Bucky, Kawhi's got that weapon. And
Nah.
okay.
Couple of potatoes
im-
being thrown.
It's alright. It's alright. Sometimes we do have a couple of vegetables going rotten in the pot. Not always you're gonna have a healthy meal. Ion Q though, he's gonna eat a lot of bullets, not vegetables, and Fox is taking damage from a turret, quite a bit as well. And this is just Optimistic Esports completely being dismantled. What they once were in this match was a great dominating lead, what they had established thanks to their team play, but Valor read into it. They made them run from it, and now we've got match point coming up for the side of Valor, unless Fox with
Nah.
72 HP,
I don't
1
think
alarm
so.
bot, 1
30
turret,
seconds left.
and 2
Spike planted.
nano swarms to pull this 1v3. He does have a
Maybe.
chance.
Maybe in an alternate universe. No puns intended.
Find out whether or not this alternative universe is the one that we're living in. Fox moving through the smoke. Nobody to detect him because nobody's peeking him, but Hoax does have his knife ready and flashes as well. And Fox is gonna run away. He knows he's not gonna win this. 1 flash to deny it. That was all that was needed. A flash thrown in his face. And the man runs towards B to save his weapon because he knows his team does not have as much economy and he needs to save this weapon. This is it, ladies and gentlemen. OE are staring down the barrel of a loss on their map point, on their map pick.
Map point, pretty much, you can say that. It's the map and we're at match point. Hey, Universe, you found out a new word. Makes it easier for us during the casting.
What, what is
Third
it?
as well. It's staring into our soul, saying that, yep, I'm in danger.
Oh man.
Hey, I love The Simpsons, okay?
Yeah, I'm sure. Simpsons are great. Thumbs up. Smiley face.
Come on! Hey, I'm just gonna give a smiley face for us all. That's gonna be the first initial kill. It is gonna be Bullet taking a backseat here almost immediately. Buster on the side gets a little bit of info that the Silva was playing on towards B, but still, it was a 1-4-0 trade, so It's not looking that good for them. IronQ still has the operator. He's in prime positions, and this defensive hold could just cause a lot of problems because you gotta remember both of the attackers are on different side of the map. So they're trying to find a pick here at the bare minimum. And also, have I seen a single Astral Divide being used throughout this entire game? I don't think so.
Oh, and gets the kill at the right time, and this just could be the one round that they needed. After losing out so many, they need to make this work. Kawhi will let them slip it to the side where Fox is waiting for them. A good crossfire of sorts predicted by these members is going to allow them to get another round here. A 10th on the board means that they're at least close to making this an overtime possibility, but that possibility is at a percentage of maybe 5 or 10, not more than that. And the minute Valor get a sniff of what exactly is going to be the case in the next round, they're going to try and turn things over into their favor by getting that first pick, not letting Ion dominate this round with another operator duo kill or a trio kill. The only thing that they need to do right now is step away from wherever Ion's playing, and I think that they're doing that initially itself. You can see it. Ion wants to push up towards B main, and he could possibly get a kill because the spike is there as well. So it could be dangerous. They just need to predict this Valor.
Standing ahead.
There's a couple of more on this roundup. Slow pushes forward, but still. Team Valor, they're trying to brute force their way in. Buster places the alarm bot a little bit in deep just to make sure it clears out both corners because the alarm bot will catch them if they stand there. But I like the fact that Team Valor, they finally understood how important this mid is for them, especially for this comp, and the fact that they're using it to perfection is what brings them a little bit more closer towards this victory angle. But still, they get the mid control, they made a lot of noise, they forced all the defenders back a couple of notches on towards the back end of the side, and now with the ultimate coming through from the KO, the null command is gonna be the thing that brings it all down to them. Buster busts down one door, busts down the head of Ivy, mind you. And now without the Sova, how do you want to retake the site? You have no information, you have no shock darts to clear out any of the corners, you have no owl drone as well. Things are looking bleak for the side of Optimistic. And this A site seems almost impossible to beat.
Buster, he's going to be taken down, but that's okay. He's still got 4 more members of his team sitting in that A side waiting for this push to come in. It's a do-or-die situation, ladies and gentlemen. Optimistic Esports need to be a little optimistic here, but their hope is dwindling. Pasha Sahil is losing. He's winning every single fight that he sees as Immutable comes in for the attack, but he's going to be the only one left. There's no way they were going to win that. It is the side of Valor winning out the map of Ascent.
This all fell apart. If you told me this is how the map of Ascent was gonna go, I would not have believed you. This was the most one-sided thing that I have seen in a while when it came down to the first initial couple of rounds. And then Optimistic, their communication, everything that they were doing properly in the first initial couple of rounds just didn't exist.
Yeah.
Like, we need to go in towards match highlights just to get a review of what really went wrong for them, what round it happened, to just give you a little bit of an overview, because the fact that Optimistic played like this just threw me into a loop. Like, what just happened here?
Well, Optimistic had a pretty great first half. I think that they started off pretty well. They had a good set of rounds coming in their favor. They had a little bit of strategy spread out across many rounds here. They played disciplined, they played slow. At times need be, they had their, gameplay sorted out. But the minute Valor got their groove, they understood what these people were doing. There was nothing you could do to stop Valor, because OE kind of never really changed their game plan, did they? They were playing discipline. They just were continuously playing discipline. They were holding, they were playing a little slow, and they tried to make that happen, and they tried to make that work as much as they could. And that's exactly why they couldn't go past that 7th round mark, because they should have and they could have on multiple occasions. But with holes like these, when they were making executes in the last 30 seconds or so, and Buster just chiming in with 3 kills, and then the remaining of his teammates thanking him for that effort and saying, "We got this from here," is what Optimistic were doing wrong, because they were trying to execute it in the last couple of seconds of the round, playing a little bit like Na'Vi do. And that style doesn't really work for everybody, my friend.
Yeah. Not in this game in particular, when you think about it. The last 30 seconds of a round is pretty much impossible considering the sheer amount of utility that you need to consider. It's just not one type. There's like 5 different types of utility being thrown into your face. You got to think about the up angles, you got to think about the off angles. And whenever you're going in for the last 30 seconds, you start feeling that pressure and you start making all of those mistakes. And the fact that Team Valor, they're a team to actually be the ones to survive under that much pressure and actually get rounds out of it as well. This kind of strategies works against some teams, but you also need to pick your fights properly. Because if you don't, it's going to take you down on multiple different fronts as well. For now, at least. It's how it really went down, but in the future, I do believe things could just be a little bit better.
Well, this has been quite a map, and you can see it in terms of kills as well. Everybody has been performing. Immutable, not having the greatest of games, but that doesn't mean that he wasn't doing his job well. As the initiator, he was giving them the space they needed with the utility, trying to throw the opponents off. But Buster stole the show, being the defensive character that he's playing. Didn't even seem like it. But what a game this has been from Valor. A comeback. A great sort over here. 13-10 to win the map of Optimistic's choice. And now we move in to Split, which is Valor's choice. And I'm not quite sure whether or not the side of Optimistic are actually ready for this map. But I'm a little nervous for them. Whether or not we're going to see Haven is a question, ladies and gentlemen. But we will be back with the Tec Gauntlet Season 4. Don't go anywhere. Just a couple of more minutes and we'll see whether or not Haven is on the cards.
the legends of memory and storage. Crucial brings you the ultimate performance in gaming. Legendary products. Precision engineered. For speed and stability. Crucial ballistics.
Hi guys, this is Zaya and welcome to Streamer Reviews, where gaming streamers review the best new gaming laptops. Gamers are an impatient bunch, and I've got a laptop just for you. Let's look at the top 3 reasons why the Acer Helios 300 is perfect for the impatient gamer. Number 1. Its 11th Gen Intel Core i7 processor, which brings out the potential of the GPU's high-speed GDDR6 memory to ensure faster experience with higher frame rates and lower latency. Gamers hate long load times. That's why our second reason is the Helios 300's 2TB PCIe SSD. The SSD operates at PCIe Gen 4 speeds, giving you incredible read-write speeds for a faster response time. If all this wasn't enough, check out reason number 3. The 5th Gen Aeroblade 3D technology plus Vortex Flow, which lets you say goodbye to heating issues. Shout out to the Predator Sense dashboard, which lets you monitor your system, overclock, and customize everything instantly from one place. I think it's clear that this system is geared for super fast results. Get your Acer Helios 300 powered by 11th Gen Intel Core processor now.
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the LG Ultragear presents the Tec Gauntlet Season 4, powered by Crucial. Our gaming partners are Intel, and our apparel partners are none other than 656. We're now back onto the hot seat into this matchup after a very, let's say, how do I put it, Universe? How do you want to word the situation that Optimistic put us in, and the fact that Valor were able to win it?
Interesting.
Yes, it was interesting because we didn't expect it. There's no reason why Optimistic should have lost it. They just were not able to close out like maybe 4 rounds. Like we were talking about this. I said 4 rounds. They just completely dropped the ball on 4 rounds, and that's one of the main reasons why they lost it.
Yeah, I think that the entire situation that did occur over here was that they got blindsided with their one and done strategies. But hey, let's not waste any more time. Let's move into split, ladies and gentlemen. We've got the agent selections coming in. Let's hope that Optimistic this time are not going to stick to their same strategy of hold and play. Hopefully, they can give us a little bit of mix and spice in that. Throw in a couple of rushes or something, whatever you got for us. While Ayan is gonna insta-lock that Jet. Bullet going in for the Sage this map. We do know that he's a versatile agent, a versatile player in this lineup, apart from Buster. While
No neon allowed yet, sad.
yep, no neon allowed yet. Hooks. Unfortunately, all of your
Emba. Okay, okay, I can get behind that. Come on, show it to me.
Nah, I don't think
Chamber
he's gonna
on
go for
split
that.
is not that good though.
No, he's not gonna go. No, he's not gonna go for it. He already had. They already have a killjoy. It's gonna be that KO. He's just flirting around with the idea of a chamber. Why we got though? He wants to go for that breach, which I will find very interesting to use in this situation. They will look to probably play that double
Yeah,
duelist setup with Fox locking in that race. Hoax is gonna be playing that KO yet again. Immutable with a Viper. Okay, now this is getting interesting. A double controller, double initiate, double controller, double
Select
duelist,
your agent.
and no sentinel comp for the defenders. This could be a little bit of a problem because the minute Valor get onto defense, there's going to be a lot of problems for OE. So as many rounds as they can, they need to hit it right now. Now this is going to be very, very, very interesting. And it could be a landslide, or it could be. I really don't see this being a close match anymore, especially with the lineup that I've seen. I do not exactly know what is going to end up happening here. Valor have the upper hand in my eyes just because of the fact that they have a Killjoy and a Sage, and of course, the entire lineup of Valor has a well-rounded structure to it with Sentinels. They even got Initiator, and they've also got attacking, players as agents as well. Whereas on the other side of things, one Initiator is
It's
just a breach. It's good.
standardized.
It's a map control agent, but they have no Sentinel, which means backstabs are going to be very, very difficult for them to handle.
The problem with the strategy that they have gone for is okay. Let's put it into a little bit of a perspective here, universe. Just for everyone back at home, I'm pretty sure you already saw it. This puts a lot of pressure onto Hoax, the composition that Optimistic are running. This comp on paper is incredible. You can get away with pretty much everything when it comes down to this comp. But the other factor that we need to consider here is that, okay, think about it like this. This one KO can stop all of these pushes and all of these utility to come down through from the breach and also the Viper. But if Hoax misses out on any of his utility, then it's instantly over. It's done and dusted.
He is going to be missing on any of it. For now, Valor are playing a little slow because they've already lost one of their members. There's a 5v4 and they're trying to take a little bit slow approach. JN spots him out, goes in for that aggressive push. Here's YB God trying to stop. Bullet will almost fall to his death, but
Looks like YOLO.
yeah, YB says that
Oh.
no, you're gonna have to wait. Oh, yeah. Does not see the corner, and YB God will take out another. As Pasha Sahil is coming from the backstab, but he's being expected, and he is going to be killed as well. A great round to start off for Optimistic Esports, but they've got a lot of work ahead of them.
This is gonna be the difficult point of it all. One and all Optimistic, they did get that first initial pistol round, gave them a pretty strong advantage here already. But you gotta also remember something: the composition that Optimistic are running are a little bit more defender favorite, primarily because of the double controller setup that they are running. Double controller historically is always the best composition to run on split on the defensive side, but as soon as when it comes down to the attacking side, this composition falls off a lot more. I do believe that Optimistic have picked up this breach and this double duelist to try and circumvent that and give them that advantage on the attacking side, but for now at least things are not looking as good, and that shorty, yep, that shut down INQ real quick.
All right, Got actually not being detected, but he will be seen by Buster. Immutable's gonna take him out, while the remaining players of Valor moving towards mid. Oh, Fox spots him out, runs away from there. Knows he does not need to take his fight all by himself. As Kawhi looks for one, gets one. JN will trade back, but that is all it's going to be. They've dropped 2 weapons. They were hoping for more, but 2 is good enough for now. As the side of OE will move ahead for another round in the bag. And this is where the game begins. 4-buy will come in for the side of Valor. And this is where OE need to make their mark.
Everything changes here. Couple of frags, couple of rounds, and everything just starts to fall apart or starts to fall back into place. It's 2-0 for now, but down the line, on this first initial buy round for the side of Team Valor, it could just be a little bit better. Pushing up from the mid end though, we do see that Hoax gets a little bit of information on towards the face with the Viper, but that's it. Pretty much out in the open. Hoax is going to be able to shut down one, pretty much using the Viper smoke from the opposition to get that value. Poor old Immutable just costed his teammate his life, but hey, sometimes you gotta know how to use your opponent's utility against them to bring it all back. But for now at least, they got that first initial frag, but they still haven't got any form of real estate. And with 1 minute left on the clock, they need to start thinking about how they want to push it all forward.
Down the angle with a Bucky. I love this weapon in terms of an close angle push. Oh, he misses it. Now they know he's gonna get a hit onto Hoax, but also take him down pretty easy thanks to the better damage that the Vandal gives straight to the head. And now YB got an Immutable left in a 2 versus 5, where Immutable is very close to danger. He's gonna be pushed off. He's trying to play it a little close to the chest, but JN wants this kill. JN will get this kill. 2-1. Valor stop there. Johnny on split.
It's just about these couple of pickups, and it's pretty much instantly done right there. 20 seconds, and the last couple of executions, that's all that they needed. They had the better guns, they had the better angles. They took the fight, they took the kills. Nothing to really say about that round. That's just a really clean execution, and defenders got overwhelmed. So now is where the real fun will start to rise. They've bought up the guns once again. Couple of judges being picked up as well. Now the proper judge and the juries are going to be coming on down through, but still, Vibey, I think your position has been revealed. These flashes are going to give them a little bit of real estate to work with. They're pushing their way up. Positions are already being given up as well. Oh, detected, but on which side? On the left or on the right? INQ has the perfect angle. Buster's going to be walking straight into his cross vicinity. That's going to be the first kill, and Bullet looking for one. He's going to be able to find it. One more bullet. He's going to be able to get a second and Bullet. He's just going to be that game changer that they needed in all different fronts. Judge is going to be good for one, but he gets traded out immediately. Last 2 players remaining. They're going to be rushing their way down towards this A side, but Fox, it's all up to you, buddy. Fox is going to be good for one. Gets sacked out of 8 levels of HP. Jane's going to be going on top. Jane's going to be going on down. One's going to drop down immediately. Finds by the kill, and JN, he missed the shots. That's going to cost him, but both players are on very low level of HP. Bullet, you can change this all around, buddy. Just 1 kill, that's all that he needs. No more timings, no more nothing. Sound has been heard, knows exactly where he is. But which player was it? He doesn't know. He's looking at it, but still, Kawhi finds the perfect timing as he's going to be climbing up at the perfect time. 3-1, ladies and gentlemen. And optimistic they keep their dreams alive for it all.
That was about timing, but the one thing that they did not expect, honestly, was for that wind push that they did come in with to fall like that. It shouldn't have happened because they had control of that side. Bullet had opened up the A side for them. But
Yeah, the Ben's hold was just difficult. JN not being able to find that kill on Fox. And I think that the round was lost primarily due to Bullet not being able to find that kill onto... I do believe it was the Astra? Yeah, onto Kawhi.
Because of that, a good timing setup by Kawhi. It's going to allow the side of OE to be up by 2. 3-1 now. And because of that, we have a little bit of a situation at Valor. How long can they keep going in this attacking half without getting rounds? Because on the defense, they will be, for sure. But even when they're on defense, they need to realize that the opponents have a double duelist set up along with a breach and a Viper who, if has lineups available, going to be just as much of a danger.
Viper lineups on the map of Split are not as predominant, primarily because the Viper's pretty much in close proximity. You can rush her down and get back on towards the spike, no problem. So I don't think the lineups are gonna be that big of an issue, but I can see where you are coming from here as well, Universe, because Viper is one of those very dynamic agents that you can't really tell of what she would be thinking. And in this round, Immutable, this is a very interesting wall. This wall is to take aggressive control of A main. But are they going to be playing aggressive? I don't think so. Oh my god, he actually got away with it too.
He did, and look at OE, they're pushing in heavy and hard, and they're not letting the side of Valor come anywhere close to these sites even. And this is a good approach by them. They're shifting up their game plan. It's exactly what they need. Oh, the battle was spotted, and there's Fox running in to try and get that kill. Successfully doing so. Ion still holding the angle, but his elbow was seen, and because of that, we've got Oaks in a 1v4 now. 1v5, but what he does not expect is the person right next to his face. And because of that, OE yet again with the same lead here, aggressive, but the problem being
with that, I do believe that Universe is having a little bit of difficulties. So let's moving on from that. So 4-1 scoreline, and I do believe that our Discord call was having a little issue. Sorry about the ladies and gentlemen, but you heard our robotic voices for a little bit there. For now, we gotta go into the robot mode because that was such a clean round from the side of the Universe. They got the angles, they got the pushes, and INQ pretty much getting away with murder, just like Pasha's side. Oh my god!
wow.
Dashed in, and he's like, give me a big old hug! I want it so badly, but hey, he tried to wrap his arms around Kawhi. Kawa's like, no, I'm too cute for you.
Oh boy. Well, now that the side of OE have gotten control of this round as well, they're looking at a 5-1 battle. And that's exactly what happened in the last map as well. But the only thing that they need to do right now is try and maintain that lead.
Oh,
Buster, he finds timing, and he's gonna be able to open up that B side. Valor, they need this, and Buster's picked up a weapon as well, but he's gonna be absolutely obliterated by Ion Q. And now there's the ultimate coming in. Bullet and his teammate are gonna be absolutely obliterated. Doesn't matter that they have pistols or bigger weapons. The one thing that YB God wanted to do was secure the round with no hesitation whatsoever. And that's why the Rolling Thunder was employed.
The fact that they did get the Rolling Thunder out of the breach, though, is gonna help them a little bit when it comes down to the following rounds. It is the 7th round of regulation, sorry. Can't even speak properly after what happened in the last round. So, in this case, I really do believe that without that Rolling Thunder, it's going to give them a slight edge when it comes down to these executions, but they still need to worry about the ultimate from the Raze. Of course, we do have the possibility of the KO null command coming in and the last couple of seconds just completely shutting everything down, but that null command needs to come in at the perfect opportunity to shut down this ultimate from the Raze. If it's even a second too late, it is gonna be costly. JN does get that first initial kill, immediately gets traded out. Kawhi's on the back of side, then they need to clear him out. What's the null command? It's gonna be too late.
Buster and Hawks will find two, but Fox and Immutable immediately hitting back. Hawks can be revived, but Immutable's right around the corner. Sahil to go for it. There's a little bit of a revive wave coming in. Immutable finds him right on time. And that is going to be the 6th for the defenders. Now this is turning out to be quite a bit of a problem for Valor yet again. They're starting off the matches a little bit difficult, but eventually they're grasping on. So far though, it hasn't been the case. 6-1, they are down on their map pick. We could be staring at Haven in a couple of minutes if it continues to go down the same way, because Valor still do not have economy to work with. Spectre on 2 people, Vandal on 2, Sheriffs, half armors. Valor are in a dire strait right now.
Try to hard rush their way forward and maybe get a couple of frags for themselves. That's gonna be the first initial. Beautifully done from that end, but still.
No,
JN.
a little too ambitious, my friend. That's gonna mean that you are losing your life. That's one weapon that Valor could have used, honestly, and a player that they could have used as well. Going in towards Wins. Have a little bit of resistance here in the form of Fox. Throws on all of his utility. Gets a little bit. He was actually safe there. And he's gonna be killed. I don't know how or why, but OE are falling. And OE are falling hard. It's a 2v5 now with the B side opened up. And Ultimate being put down to secure this round as well from the Astra.
Spike planted.
Oh, don't stand on the other side. You're gonna get knifed. Oh, no.
Remaining.
No.
I would have got it for a knife. Oh.
Okay, JN being revived and killed again. It's alright though.
It's all part of the plan.
JN has died more rounds than played.
It's fine. That's the life of any duelist that gets picked up by their Sage. So they feel their pain, Cheyenne.
Yeah, they've got a better days, I feel, and I think that JN was a little too aggressive for his own comfort. I think that he could. Oh, Immutable.
No, he would have died regardless. Pasha was holding that angle. Better to die to the spike than give an extra ultimate point. You know.
I have to agree. The timeout coming in from the side of the defense here, a little bit of a measure that I did not see coming. The one thing that you do have to realize though is that they are 6-2 up. So a timeout at this point could be something that they will, you know, benefit by in terms of trying to immediately sort out what they have. But yeah, unfortunately, we've lost aggressive.
Yeah, they somewhat forgot that by camp, but it's fine. No, nothing to really worry about. So in this case, we can already see that. Okay, we do see the side of the defense slowly building it all up, but from their universe, I don't really see how they're going to be pushing this one forward.
Yeah, that is true. I think that we have to try and understand what exactly OE are going to with this timeout, because I don't think that they this is necessarily something that they would have wanted in terms of you know, reset of play, because they do have a 4-round lead, which is something that not at this stage, it's usually at least a timeout not being taken by the winning team. But well, they look like they're being a little optimistic, so I don't blame them for it. Little aggression towards mid here by Immutable, as he's trying to take control and not
the judge. Big boy judge. Oh no!
What? No way.
He's gonna get the
If
skill.
he wins this, no. It was down low and Kawhi got the better angle. But here's INQ, JN, both of them with strides apart from each other, and INQ lives to tell the tale. Misses another shot, but will get away. Still a 3v4, so it's still doable for the attackers. All they need is for Hawks to try and work something out from that A main position. but he's got a tail himself, and a tail that is not going to be very pleasant. Immutable jumps down towards under heaven, and there's Fox coming in the backstab to completely dismantle the side of Valor. And as the time passes by, it is just OE standing upon their rock that they have found so far, and doubling up, tripling up, quadrupling up on their rounds. 7-2 now on the split map, ladies and gentlemen. On the defense as well. It looks like I have been proved wrong, and I am very happy about it as well.
Seems as though it all changes around. And it all brings it all back right here and now. 7-2. And at the very end of it all, at least, they do see that there's a possibility of a 7-5 scoreline still being on the cards, but it doesn't seem as likely. Yeah, they do have buys to work with. They have an opportunity to... No, sorry, they don't have any buys to work with. This is going to be another pretty rough round for them to try and push everything down forward. This is the last round that they can get. Team Valor, how do they want to bring this one back? Because if they don't take this round, I don't believe they're going to be able to get an 8-4 scoreline. This defensive hole from this double controller setup seems to be the kryptonite for their entire squad.
An aggressive push towards mid with the utility yet again. This is turning out to be very good for the side of the defenders. Immutable and his utility is working out pretty great. And not even letting them come any closer. It doesn't even matter that they don't have a Sage. Valor are just scared to go past this. Until it goes down, they are afraid of what could be on the other side of it. And JN is exploring his options. He's got his knives out and he's going to be able to take down Immutable coming out from Wentz as Kawhi. He's going to be letting one player come through. He's looking for the kill and he will find both of them. And an 8-2 scoreline is looking to be stirred up over here by the defenders. Valor are struggling, and they're struggling harder than they did on the map of Ascent. And this is a big, big problem.
It's not looking that good for them here. Not anymore, at least. JN, though, maybe he could find something. Not even anything from that. Vibe's gonna be the thing that shuts down the last two. And with that, it's 8-2. They lost out on their bye round. Now, they're stuck between a choice. Either they buy here, or they push their way forward for a little... maybe just go in for a save and play for the 9-3 scoreline. There's no in-betweens, and they're going to go in for buys. They have enough to maybe edge this one out, but Bullet, he's not going to be able to buy any form of utility if he goes in for a Vandal. They're opting for this buy, but... I don't know, Universe. It doesn't look that good for them.
Neither do I, but here's Immutable trying to win a fight, but JN has been blindsided from that under heaven position. Here's a crossfire, perfectly set up. And Immutable finds two, but Hawks will get two of his own. And there's Iron Q here for the rescue. Hawks left in a 1v3, absolutely watching all of his teammates die in front of him. It's a graveyard on the A side. And Hawks, well, as much as he wants to be the Ghost Rider, he's gonna be just a ghost in thin air. 9-2
Tarzan.
Last round in the half.
Really, Tarzan?
Come on.
Why
It is a very
Tarzan?
calm. Did you see how he was hanging from the rope? Of course it's Tarzan. Moving on down from that though. It's a 9-2 scoreline, possibility for 10-2, and a pretty fast map number 2 if it does go down over onto a 10-2 scoreline. And at this point, a 9-3 would be good, but Universe, honestly speaking, I don't think it's gonna happen. Not anymore.
Oh, Fox.
Yep.
Aggressive play, but he gets pulled by the gravity well. He goes for the aggressive push, and he's going to be pushing back. No, he's going to go for it. Gets one, finds the second. Fox makes it work as Valor are being busted out.
Oh. The spike's pretty much in no man's land. They need to pick up the spike. One player is holding it. INQ's coming in for a push from the back with his blade storm, and yeah, Fox is gonna get a freebie. Second one? Get the fourth already. Buster has no chance. He has the better angle. Here comes the Rolling Thunder. Does not affect him though. And Buster's gonna be able to find one kill. Buster's gonna be able to find a second. Buster maybe going in for a clutch, but no, Vibey. He's just better with the movement. Movement diff coming in. And with that, a 10-2 scoreline as well.
Switching sides.
Yeah, the map of Split. I don't believe there's a possibility of a comeback from this one. Not against the Breach.
Well, let's find out, my guy. We've got a defensive lineup in store over here. We do have a Killjoy, an Astra, a KO, and a Sage to try and make this comeback happen, along with a Jet who is going to be supported by all four of them. All the things that Valor need right now are in their hands in terms of utility, defensive utility especially. The only thing that they need right now is a pistol round. They find the pistol, they have a base to stand upon, they come up to 10-4, and then they try to win the bonus against the side of the attackers. And there's where the comeback story happens. The only one worry that they have right now is particularly that Breach and double duelist combo, because wherever they go, they've either got the Breach stunning them, or they've got the Astra stunning them even, or pulling them in. And of course, a grenade flying through the air, a Jet dashing through winds.
Here.
This is going to be a difficult one for the defense, even with the amount of utility that they have. They need to play a little bit more disciplined and hope for the best. And definitely do not go in for those 1v1s.
With this pause coming on down through, it's going to allow all of them to get into a better mindset as well. I really do believe that the side of Team Valor, they have fallen into that trap of being like, oh, maybe it's we're just gonna start falling apart. Maybe things are just not gonna be looking up for us as much here. But the thing is, there is a possibility of a comeback to go on down through, but I'm trying to figure out ways where Team Valor can actually make it all happen. Yeah, the pistol round carries a lot of weight, and of course the anti-eco round is even more important, but what about the buy rounds, Universe? If you get one buy round, your opponents get their second buy round up and going, and then you are royally screwed.
Well, let's find out, Aggressive, because we are going to be heading into the game. The pause is pretty much sorted, and here we go. The game is about to begin, and this is all about Valor. Ball's in their court. This is their time to shine, and they need to move into this. Oh, look at this. Oh my god, Fox could have actually gotten a kill or two over there with his shorty, but because Pasha Sahil was right there to cover up for his teammate Hoax, there is going to be Fox falling as the Viper wall has been set in. But OE actually have no entry towards this site.
Wait. Immutable with the Sheriff?
Yep, he does have a Sheriff.
Viper with a Sheriff is not something that I've seen in a pretty long time.
I mean, anybody could play with a Sheriff. It's about whether or not they love using the utility. And because he's got this only one wall present here, he needs to be careful because there is no other form of utility that they can use in terms of controlling the map.
Oh,
apart from the breach's fault line.
INQ. Oh no! God. Should people get it? Good. Nice.
Oh, he gets him. Ian has got a good lead on this side, but there are defensive pressures being put onto this side, and Hawks with the 3K is gonna give his team the push that they needed to win the pistol, as Valor find a much needed, desperate round to stand upon. That was a very weird round from OE, not gonna lie, because immutable with the Sheriff and him having just a wall placed down on B, and there's obviously they cannot go back to A because they do not have any other utility to try and put the side down. It's kind of difficult, but at the same time, the side of Valor had an upper hand thanks to Hawks getting that 3K.
Those are the type of problems that you don't really see as often, JN, though. does get jiggled out. Has information that a Marshall is already in play. And Pasha spots out the shoulder. That's a freebie for him. And now Fox. He needs to try maybe going for a trade here, but this trade is pretty much almost impossible. Pasha, just give that up. Going back. We just give the gun to your buddy and just play for something else here, because at this stage, playing for the ban advantage just give you a lot more to work with. An immutable. He's playing all the mind games here. He's trying to bait as many players as he possibly can into his crosshair vicinity, but we're now optimistic. They're trying to figure out how they can move their way forward, because now their composition is pretty much in a worse state than ever. They got the best possible scoreline that they could have hoped for. A 10-2 to end off the first half of the defensive side. That's perfect. They just need 2 more rounds to get to match point and 3 more to close everything out. But Team Valor, are they going to be giving it to him? Not anytime soon, because JN with this Marshall does get the final 2 kills that they need. And the last couple from the side of Team Valor as well to clean everything up.
Oh, bullet. Careful.
Had to give him the spike.
Well, that's Valor getting 2 rounds that they desperately needed, and now is where the real fight for them begins. A bonus that they're going to have to end up playing on, because the opponents are going to have as much weaponry and utility as possible to force this issue to round number 11 for their scoreline. They need to play this very carefully, and they know that there is a judge involved as well, which Bullet is holding. So wherever that Sage is going to be, they're going to try and avoid those close-range fights, which is most probably going to be at mid, and that's exactly where they kind of spread out. They may be looking to just break the wall, if at all the one goes up, but they're going... Okay. This is interesting, an aggressive approach by Bullet, as he's trying to gain control of not just lower mid, but also market.
You can already see even more problems coming in down through. One by one, they're making their way up. Bullet, though, he's gonna be with that touch on towards mid. He's gonna get a lot of value, but yeah, I think that you jinxed him right there. He's finally gonna die out. But still, this judge is...
He could have jumped up on the box right next to him there.
No, he would have still died. Like, there's not enough time for him to get out of that corner. The breach aftershock is such a dangerous ability, especially in those close proximities.
Iron though, 3 HP. This man is gonna die with a whiff of a cat's whisker. And Buster could just give it to him with that Spectre bullet, but they're walking into the A side. There's Buster spotting them out. Needs to be careful. Hawks takes out Iron. Hawks takes out Immutable. And it's working for Valor. This is exactly what they needed. YB God can't take out one, but he's got 20 seconds to work with. His teammates far away. And Jade's got his number. He's heard him. Buster's gonna be picking up a better weapon. There's a judge as well in play. And YB God can do nothing.
God.
He did get Buster. But that's basically it. Weapons will be saved. Economy is gonna be built. And Valor are gonna cut the lead of 8 to half. Bring it 10 to 5. And maybe make it 10 to 6 as well.
Was a beautiful shot from YB. The fact that he was able to get that clean kill on a Buster just put that final nail in the coffin that they needed to get a little bit more economy to work with so that they can build it up even further for the following rounds. But man, the way that these rounds are going, we're going to be looking at the barrel of a 10-6. 4 more rounds to make it even, Stevens. Are they going to be able to do it, Universe?
Well, let's find out. Fox is a little too close to comfort, and Bullet's gonna be taking him out. But as soon as I say it, YB God comes in with a trade, and JN holding the perfect angle. Q not gonna be expecting this. A great angle for an operator player if the angle is open, no smokes put down. And OE are confused. B is blocked off from heaven. They've got Wens to play with, but they know that A heaven is heavily guarded. You're stuck at mid. No weapons to work with either. What do you do?
Just gotta wait and see how it all goes down. Kawhi is making his way up. But JN, he's holding down the perfect corner. Shot's not gonna be landing just yet, but still through the smoke he gets that kill. And everyone dies through the smoke. God damn it, man. This round just was an absolute flurry of kills. There's nothing that the Observer could have done to even catch it all. 10-6. And it's done and dusted.
Yeah, it is done and dusted. Well, this has been an interesting match so far. I think that Valor have had a pretty great second half, at least by the looks of it. And this timeout is going to be interesting for them to understand what exactly they can do further on, because they've got the 6th round in the bag. They're 4 rounds away from trying and leveling the score, but there is another buy round here. And this is probably going to be the make or break situation for them. They win this, they got 7 and 8, and that's going to be even more closer. They lose this, it's number 11 coming up, and that's one step closer to match point that the side of OE will go. So what they need to do is try and segmentize their entire game plan, see where exactly they can hold crossfires and expect OE the most, which is going to be a little bit of a slow play. So try and make this, I think, the same mid control that they're having. Keep Bullet on his toes with the opponents. Keep that wall in play, and so that every time they go towards mid, they have something to worry about. And that's the only way they work this. And on the other side of things, if they let the side of their Jet, which is JN, to go absolutely bonkers, and hoping that he does get a couple of kills, this is
Very
going to
risky one, though.
Yeah, it is a risky one, but it has to be the case. Let's move back into the game, ladies and gentlemen. We have got the side of Valor trying to make a definite comeback happening, but are they going to be able to do it?
It's difficult. They need to play it safe. They need to play it aggressive. It's all about getting those perfect individual timings, because if anything goes awry, it's done. Everything falls apart from there. Let's see, though. Because for now, at least, we do see a couple of different switch-ups, couple of different change-ups here and there to maybe bring in a little bit more of an emphasis on a couple of these rounds. But then again, Universe, I don't know, the chances of Team Valor winning this one out seems quite bleak for me regardless. Unless I see a 10 and 8 scoreline, I'm not going to start believing.
Let's find out whether or not it works. There's a small little tech pause that has come in. Bullet is experiencing a little bit of internet issues, but it looks like we're back on track. Let's move into the game, ladies and gentlemen. OE need this round to try and take us to Haven. They desperately need it, but JN looks like he wants to put a stop to it. Been on a roll from the beginning. He could be on a roll right now. Fox is playing around with him, as a flash could be coming in from YB God. It did come in. JN,
Oh, that's bad.
that is bad. He will get healed up though, that's not a problem. He does have a Sage on his side, but the Sage is too far away and probably taking a fight very soon. And look at where IonQ's already crawled up.
Oh, this is bad.
Hawks.
They're deep into the side of enemy territory. And I don't think Hawks knows.
Oh, that grenade is perfect. Stops YB from coming in. There's a flash. IonQ has been spotted out. There's the ultimate being triggered. They know where Hawks is. He's gonna go out for that white swing. Unnecessary. But it will drain a little bit of utility from the opponents right now. Buster takes down 2. And it's all on the Bullet, who's on the back of side. But it looks like the job has been done. Hawks will fall to Fox, but it doesn't even matter. YB God, with his utility,
30
can
seconds left.
pull this round out. He does have the Rolling Thunder, but has no time and does not have a clue about where Bullet currently is. And he's trying to play for time. Bullet just needs to hold on to that Judge for as long as possible, because YB God making a stride here, and it's all about the timing. Oh, he spots him out. This is about timing, and Pasha finds the better of him. 10 and 7, now aggressive. We're getting closer, and Valor are looking dangerous.
Ooh, these type of plays is what you really love at all moments. Hawks, though, he pretty much got stuck between a rock and a hard place. Fox played that one beautifully, forcing him out in the corner. But just look at Buster. King of consistency for a reason. Swings out, takes those fights, dinks them in the head, and sends them back home packing. 10 and 7, though. It's slowly but surely building up to be the closure that we were expecting. Buster A little bit interesting with those nano swarms. He's gonna try and deny the default plan as much as he possibly can, but JN, you're playing that dangerous game once again. And he misses the shot. That was a shot he really needed to hit.
Yeah. Oaks might just cover up for him. Another shot missed by JN is not really connecting. Yeah. He's getting a couple of kills, that's for sure, but he's missing a couple of them as well, and that's not really the best sign for him. OE have gone a little bit deep into this run with a couple of investments, but here's Bullet with the judge. No! Bullet, you did not need to take that fight. And now Kawhi might have just found an opening for his team. He's not moved in towards A, but that does not mean that they're out of that opportunity yet. Here's Buster trying to take out one player towards B main. As Pasha Sahil has crawled in towards A main, covering up the side yet again.
Off your feet!
They're going in for the rush. IronQ waited for the Rolling Thunder to come in. He has a Blaze Storm available, but the shot's gonna be coming in, but still! Hoax! How do you do this every single goddamn time, man? He's gonna get away with murder. He's looking for the angle. The shot's not gonna be the thing that kills him. The showstopper's not gonna be able to find that, but still, they denied the plan. 20 seconds left on the clock. They're gonna be going in for it. They need to take this fight almost immediately. Vibey has not been able to pick up a gun. The plan still has not gone down. 30 seconds left on the clock. They're going in for the push. They're going in for the fight. What's out of the corner? That's gonna be the gravity will come in and clutch, but still, Pasha, he's already alive. He knows what to expect. He knows for a fact that Kawhi's gonna be on that alert. Last person remaining is Fox. Astro Levi to boot to make sure they get this round. They have everything under the bag. Buster, you need to hold this one. Oh my god, JN, he's playing the mind games here. He's gonna be able to get that kill, but still immutable. There's no chance. The half-minute abuse has already gone through. He needs to peek. He needs to take the spike.
Oh, man.
Just get the kill, but it really doesn't matter in the end now, does it? Using their own health as a resource universe, that's the sign of an incredible team.
That was really close for comfort. They were standing shoulder to shoulder from each other. Buster
This
and
is
Immutable.
why you knife the corner of every astral wall. You know that yourself. You pull out that knife and you try to, you know, just check it. Just be like, I stab. Instead of the corner, hopefully get a kill. It's weird how the knife can go through an astral wall, but your bullets can't. Oh, JN! He didn't want to kill that guy, but he got it anyways.
JN is surrounded. He's got Fox running in. He does not hit these shots. Buster's closed in. He knows that Fox is up on top. Hawks gets him though. And there's Hawks getting another 3K.
Hawks!
This man is trying to be the hero for his team as Immutable picks up an operator at a situation which he really shouldn't be. He's gonna take a little bit of a pull from the gravity well. He's got a player right behind him, or beside him rather. There's not been a...
Did he get spotted?
I
He got spotted.
don't think...
Oh my god, Immutable! Quick scope.
Oh, Immutable! What a goddamn round! What a play! 2 quick scopes to clutch it out.
No one is this goddamn confident with an operator in a 1 versus 2 situation in a close proximity fight. He's like, if I die, I will die in style. But instead, he's gonna be the one to send everyone else to their graves. Immutable, take a bow, because you just pulled off something insane.
That was beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Here we go towards A heaven though. JN needs to get out of here. He's not using his dash for some reason. But Buster's got a contingency plan. He's holding down the ultimate, waiting for these people to come in closer, and he's gonna throw it even before they do. Immutable wants to move, probably going through that smoke. Buster's trying to hold him off here.
They're still going for the plan. They're still going for the plan.
Oh, this is difficult.
2 players to
This
take.
is not needed.
Let's go in.
Bullet's gonna get one. This is a very, very difficult situation. Oh my
Oh
god.
my
Bullet.
god,
Bullet.
I'm getting scared here. Oh no, more people coming in. They're still gonna be able to find the frags. It's all up to Hoax. Hoax, my man, you gotta do it now. You gotta do it now. He knows where the last player is. That pretty much just gives him all the information in the entire world. The side has been cleared. He's stuck towards the side of elbow. You know where he is. He needs to go in for a flash, baby. Go in for a play. The swing's gonna come out, and it's already done. He had flashes. He had everything, but no. Team Valor, they're dropping the ball. They're crumbling under the pressure. It's getting to them.
Boy, they came so close, and yet so far, that one round from Immutable made it all work for them. And now, because of that, this is going to be a difficult match to come back into. Overtime is what they're fighting for. They have weaponry to do it for now, but how much further can they go?
We do get this push up. Mutable though. Around this corner. So only to see what he can find, but for now at least. So what's your push up? Aiming is under their control, but JN with this operator, you can't miss this shot, buddy. You need to hit it. Take your time. Make it slow and steady. That was a fast dash from the side of IronQ. Gets to a really forward position, and now with this push coming on down through, they're pushing their way up. It is going to be IronQ being able to shut down his first, and with this first initial kill, especially on towards the face of Buster, it's going to be difficult. Hoax does throw out the null command, but still, it doesn't get enough value. Corners have been cleared, every position has been found, and the null command's going to be the thing that just doesn't exist anymore. And now they don't have any form of information. The utility is going to come back online pretty soon. Bullet's going to be good for one. Bullet's going to be good for a second. The Judd's going to be able to pay dividends here. But still, Immutable is alive. Immutable. Unless he dies, nothing's going to happen here. And Immutable's going to be the one to shut everything down. Starts with a clutch, starts with the ending, and also is going to be the one to finish everything off. The side of OE, they owe Immutable pretty much everything. Because this man single-handedly changed the flow of this entire game.
Yeah, it was that one round that started off this complete trend, and it just went on for him. Immutable, perfect execution with that one round which turned it around. 2 quick scopes to win them the match. I think that was it. After that, it was a huge up curve that was coming in for Valor, which was completely shot down straight to the ground by Immutable. And because of that, ladies and gentlemen, we've got both the teams securing 1 point for now, but Haven is going to be up for grabs in just a couple of minutes. Before we do go there, though, let's have a look at the match highlights and go back through what happened on Split, because from the start to the end, it was Optimistic Esports who did finish a 10-2 half, and then it came down to 10-8. 6 rounds given away in a row, but like we said earlier, and like we will say again, Immutable, well, you are the hero of this match for your team.
Yeah, he gets the MVP for it, guaranteed. Like, doesn't matter what happens in the third game. He gets to be the MVP of this series. That man single-handedly shifted the flow of the entire game. And my, oh my, did he do it in style. 2 quick scopes? I really want to see that again. We already have it on the highlights, but we're going to be seeing that soon enough. But before we talk about that, let's talk about the starting of it all. Optimistic, them having this double controller set up will any day beat a double sentinel no matter what happens. Double sentinel as a composition is strong on the defensive side, yes, but it doesn't compare it to anything when you consider how beautiful a double controller setup is if you're able to play it properly. 2 of the hardest agents in the game to play, the Astra and the Viper. When you're able to play these 2 agents to perfection and use your utility in proper conjunction with one another, there is nothing in the world that can break through your defense unless you leave massive gaps in the way you give your holds. And in this situation, Optimistic, they didn't have any form of a gap. And even when they went over towards their weaker side, being the attacking side, it was just those miracles, that one small miracle that they needed to change everything up to bring it all back. And the fact that they got that miracle in the form of Immutable and his operator play just made sure that Team Valor, they had no opportunity, had no chance of survival.
Yeah, they most certainly did not. Optimistic Esports were really in control of this game from start to at least the first half, to the end of the first half, and then they kind of lost a little bit of track of time, as well as the way that they were trying to read out Valor and explore their defensive setups. From the pistol round itself, Oaks was one of their key members, Valor, to make this comeback happen. He was getting 3Ks after 3Ks in multiple rounds, and did do a very good job of giving his team confidence, but there's only so much one player can do. And in the end, if you're not able to clutch it out in a 2v1 as well, then it is going to be a difficult map, even if it's your own.
Feels almost impossible at the very end of it all. And on this 10-5, like, I love the run that Team Valor did. I was starting to believe, but I think I jinxed it by saying that I'm gonna wait for that 10-8 scoreline to believe, and as soon as I started believing, they lost. That falls on me, but looking at the scorecards here, you can see that Team Valor, they played really well when it came down to kills. All of them performed, but performances are not the thing that wins you games. It's a team play and coordination instead.
Oh boy. Well, looking at the scorecard, you can see that Oaks was pretty much the MVP for his team. JN with 19 kills might have had an impact in terms of kills getting, here and there, but there were many places where I think JN, if he had gotten his kills, this game could have gone way past what we saw it to be aggressive, because you saw how many shots that he could have connected that could have changed the game, right?
Anything could have happened to try and bring this one back here, Universe, but at the end of the day, it really does fall into the category of, hey, optimistic, they just had the better composition. They played it a lot more stronger. And in those cases, there's not really much that you can do. But hey, hopefully map number 3 is going to be a lot more different in those cases. But for now, we're going to be heading on down over into a short break, ladies and gentlemen. Don't go ahead and make sure to hit that like, hit that subscribe, and also check out all the links down below in the description. And we're going to be back with you real shortly with the Ultragear Tec Gauntlet Season 4 powered by Crucial. Our gaming partners are Intel, and our apparel partners are 656.
from the legends of memory and storage. Crucial brings you the ultimate performance in gaming. Legendary products. Precision engineered. For speed and stability. Crucial ballistics.
Hey guys, I'm Ankita. Welcome to Streamer Reviews, the place where you can watch gamers review the best new gaming laptops in the market. Gamers love exploring the vivid detailing of their favorite games. This demands a system that can support their immersive experience. So, we'll be checking out the Intel-powered Lenovo Legion 5, a laptop with features that let you dive into the exciting world of gaming. One of the most important aspects of the Lenovo Legion 5 is its 11th Gen Intel Core i7 processor, with a base clock speed of 2.3 GHz up to 4.6 GHz turbo. It flaunts 8 cores, 16 threads and 24 MB cache. The Legion 5 lets you untether your gaming experience with Intel Wi-Fi 6, ensuring you can enjoy your favorite games wherever you like. Play on the go with up to 75% less latency. The Lenovo Legion AI engine optimizes performance automatically to any of the top 16 AAA games you're playing, with auto detection dynamically allocating CPU and GPU usage accordingly to get up to 15% more FPS. Speaking of senses, there's another sense that's also important for an immersive experience: sound. Thankfully, the Legion 5 has this covered as well. A pair of stereo speakers enabled with dynamic audio gives you an immersive 3D audio experience. Why wait? Get your own Lenovo Legion 5 and dive into the world of gaming today.
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the LG Ultragear presents the Esports Tec Gauntlet Season 4, powered by Crucial. Our gaming partners are Intel, and our apparel partners are 656. Jumping straight down over into the matchup, no dilly-dallying here, because it's getting late into the night. I know you guys back at home are going to be feeling sleepy, but I hope you grabbed your dinner. I hope you have it all prepped up and ready in your hands, because now is where the real fun will start to arise. The third map of regulation. Sorry, why am I saying relegation all the time? What is wrong with me? But third map of regulation for this entire series. Optimistic being able to take map number 2, the home map of Team Valor, in a very convincing 13-8 scoreline. Now that we are heading on down over into Haven, just as we predicted previously, with 3 maps coming on down through Universe, Haven is pretty much up in the air. Team Valor historically should be able to take this map away because they have found a lot of value here in particular, but Optimistic, they're just as good, because we know for a fact that this is one of IonQ's playground. And if he's able to run amok on Haven, there's nothing that can stop him.
Yeah, it most certainly is true. I mean, Haven is probably going to be anybody's game at this point. I think that we are going to have a little bit of a competition, just as similar as we've had in both the maps. Not quite sure how it's going to turn out, whether or not there's going to be another first half where somebody's going to be taking on all of the map control, round control, aggression. But let's move into the agent selection as we do talk about all of this, as we are ready to go into the game, ladies and gentlemen. Just a couple of seconds away. Players have been loaded in, and we are going to go into the final map of tonight. It is going to be Haven, and to be honest, I actually don't know what to expect.
Haven, I think that it's going to be a very standard composition. Nothing really out of the ordinary. Double controller, double initiator. Yeah, double initiator is pretty much one of the tried and true tested ones. And Buster going in for a chamber. I like the idea of a chamber on the map of Haven, but Chamber's not going to be that strong of a pickup compared to maybe something like a Cypher or a Killjoy. You just need those ultimates to make it all work. As a solo Sentinel, Chamber doesn't really do as much, but if you're running a double Sentinel composition, it really is beautiful. That's why Chamber is such a strong pickup on a map like Fracture or maybe a map like Breeze, where double Sentinels can work out. Normally, you also have a Sage to work with and play around with as well on those particular maps. So, in that sense, here, I do believe that Haven's going to be a very standard comp. Double Initiator, maybe a Sky, maybe a Breach, and I do believe that for our region at least, the meta has shifted from the Sky to pretty much just brute forcing the Breach in every single composition that we can
Choose
get.
your agent.
Yeah, I mean, Breach, Breach is probably my favorite agent, so I'm going to have no problem having Breach played on every single map. Probably not Breeze, probably not Icebox, but every other map I can see a good use for him. But as soon as I say Breach, we've got Immutable shifting over to the KO. And on Haven, this has been tried and tested by different teams as well. But I'm not quite sure whether or not this is going to work for them, because last minute shift like that, I don't know whether it was a decision that was taken towards the end, or whether they just, were just flirting with the idea of a Breach. But this is going to be an interesting one, because a double initiator combo of Breach and Sova is dangerous. Breach and Sova and KO, well, both of these combinations have their own advantages. Both of them have their own disadvantages. But let's find out who's going to be coming out on top. This is the final map, ladies and gentlemen. And, well, this is nobody's map to take. Nobody's map to call home, I would say. I think both of these teams have a pretty even chance of winning this one. So it's all about who flows in with the momentum and takes on to the seas. Gives a little bit of an offering to Poseidon and says, take me away.
Let's just see what we can expect here from both of these squads, because currently I'm not going to say anything just yet, because I feel as though this should be a game going in the favor of the side of Team Valor, because of how they play and how they take a lot of their different sidelines. But for now, at least, it's not looking that good. Bullet spots out one of the players, goes in for a little bit of a tag before he just jump himself out. He's taking a lot of fights, and that's going to cost him. Shock Dart rating in Supreme. Wybie's going to be the one to shut down two more. And one by one, they drop like flies. And the A site is pretty much there. It's ripe for the picking. Couple of more shots. Fox is going to be able to survive it, but not for long.
Fox actually even finds the backstab. Buster's gonna be taken out, and that is perfectly done by the side of OE. Wybie got to open up things, Fox to add on to the misery. And with just two players left, it's yet again OE winning the first pistol. This has been the trend for all three games. The first pistol round of the game goes to OE, and the second pistol round has been going to Valor. Hopes with that jumping kill. Wybie was pretty low, as Pasha Sahil is getting sucked into pool of damage. But Fox is going to deliver the final blow as the side of OE start off yet again with a win.
This is how you play, and this is how you get all the frags. When it comes down to the pure raw potential that we have when it comes down to the pistol rounds, it's just beautiful to watch. They go in for a fast execute, they know how to hold down the lurks, they know how to punish their opposition whenever they're trying to go overly aggressive, but At the same time, you have to say, Universe, there were a lot of missed out shots. Too much over aggression. Yeah, the thing is that I understand you want to play overly aggressive, you want to make your aim the center front of it all, but you can see that you're missing out on a couple of shots really early. You cannot ego peak that once again, because if you do, that's gonna cost you that fight.
What are there, JN dashes away. He does have only a classic to work with, so can't really take those fights at that range. He does have support. There's 4 players on A actually. 1 on C. Ascent, who's listening to all of these sounds and giving out the callouts. You can see the rotations coming in. Finds one. Will have to reload. But by the time he gets those bullets into the barrels, he's already lost his life. And Hoax, he's left to pull out this clutch. Maybe 1, maybe 2. Make that 0. And we can all go home. Kawhi gets another, and that's a 4v2 right now. Make that a 3v1. As JN gets a trade, got a little bit of weapons dropped, but not too much. Still, OE, very healthy and very good looking so far.
You can already see how beautiful the way that Optimistic are playing their side of Haven. This is the attacking side, this is just the first 2 rounds, but in a way you can feel through a team's mental after those first 2 rounds a little bit. Now that Optimistic, they have the ball rolling in their court, the fact that they haven't lost out on a lot of their members as well plays a very key important part in all of this. So moving on down from this though, JN, he's taking a massive swing here. He's going, he's holding W.
This is a little bit of an issue.
Bad, but no, JN, good for 1, good for a second. Come on, you need to get this.
Wow. Okay, Fox gets another, and that's a clean trade on both sides. With the A side being opened up, but Oaks has already made his way onto this. And he's got a flash to work with. Never mind, he's going to be completely immobilized in terms of utility.
He could have flashed it still though.
But
He
before
stopped
that,
himself.
yeah, he actually could have put down the flash, couldn't he?
Yeah,
he
he had
that they
more
got
than
a little
enough
too
time.
close.
Ah, he needed to take that risk. He heard the footsteps, but the timing was just not going to be in his favor. This is probably going to hurt as well. Out of Optimistic, they have the corners under their favor. The Nanostorm's going to stop any form of an aggressive play that could come on down through as well. Here comes the fragments, and with that, I think it's done. There's nothing that you can do.
Fox gets a beautiful headshot to his head, but Mutable's going to be taking out 4 of him off the side of Valor. And that is going to be yet again a dominant start. This has become a trend across all 3 maps, where if the side of OE are just, you know, striding across multiple lanes in the map, and they're finding success wherever they go.
Can't always count on early success, because success can come early, but the team which is better is going to be the one who keeps it consistent throughout this entire game. You need to adapt, you need to learn, you cannot get too complacent in their positions, otherwise the map of the set would just go on repeat. And the fact that OE, they've humbled themselves in that sense, especially after winning out on the map of Split, they know for a fact that they cannot underestimate their opposition, because if they do, it's pretty much done and dusted, it's already over. This is why they are throwing out the null command to try and get their way down over towards this A side. Fox though, right around the corner, spots out the head of Bullet, shuts him down immediately, and with that, Team Valor, they're on the back foot. They can no longer even go in for a play anymore. And once again, Bullet, you needed to be the one to try and survive through all of this. He needs to understand that he cannot be overly aggressive at all. He's the Sova, he is required for these retakes. Just really hope moving on down the line it just gets better for them.
Well, JN tried to go in for that retake, but it was really a difficult situation to be in. 1 kill was all that he was going to find. Hopes with another, as Haven is turning out to be a safe haven for one team, while the other are burning currently in hell.
Not looking that good now, is it? Now, it's the 5th round. And Universe, whenever you lose out on your buy run, you know for a fact that the 5th round is pretty much the round that completely changes the pace of the entire game. Either you go in for the comeback here, otherwise you pretty much have no shot at trying to survive any of it. The entirety of their defensive side relies on them winning out on this round, and if they're able to do it, it's done, and it's perfect for them. Spotting out one of the players, that's going to be a dash in from the sidelines. They're trying to spot him out, they're trying to go in for the skill. Pasha's going to be good for one, his position is already gone and done. But still, Buster is very much alive, and he's trying to get even more value out of it all. Buster, he's playing a dangerous game, but this dangerous game's gonna be beautiful for him. He does get that first initial kill. Aftershock's gonna be able to shut down another one. Kawhi's gonna be the one to go in for that trade. It is a 3 versus 3 situation. Regardless, the Hulk is holding down the side like an absolute tank. And they need to go through him, but Bullet, he's gonna be the artillery strike that makes sure that the tank stays alive.
They're not quite sure that he's on side. I think they spotted him. I'm not quite sure. He is gonna be stunned. No, they didn't spot him. They've got no idea that Immutable is on site. Oh, this is a Mexican standoff, ladies and gentlemen. And Immutable is in a very, very tricky spot right now.
Go around,
move.
Immutable, go around. Go around, buddy. They don't know. If he gets this timing, it's gonna be beautiful. No. Done.
Oh, he gets
wait,
him.
wait, what?
They expected it to come in from garage and they did not know that he's gonna be on site. Immutable!
God! Not
Another
again!
clutch! A 1v3
Not again.
this time.
Not again. I don't think that Team Valor is going to be sleeping tonight without getting nightmares of this bot.
Wow. What? This is quite a situation that OE have found, that Valor have found themselves to be in, because clearly this is a momentum that they're riding on, and them taking a timeout themselves at this point is kind of something that I did not expect. You're 5-0 up. You're having a great set of utility to work around with, which you are utilizing very well indeed. Your duelist is performing well. What would be the reason for taking a timeout right now? Is
I
this
think
a
that
pee break?
Immutable's shaking. I think that Immutable's shaking. Or he's trying to get all the clips so that he can send it to us. Make sure to check out our Instagram, ladies and gentlemen, where we're going to be posting this incredible clutch. Immutable had 2 incredible clutches. So that's going to be going on down over there for sure.
Yeah, Immutable did have a 2v1 and now a 3v1. His patience awarded him, and thankfully him listening to you, Aggie, moving around the back of that box, 89 box, and moving into the side was perfect.
That's a perfect angle, Universe. You know that, because no one's going to be holding Garage, because the Garage push is already being held by Bullet. Why would anyone come from Garage? That was all that they needed.
Without concealment.
A little bit of an extra aggression towards C to get that ult up, so that Optimistic can try and get that KO ultimate active as soon as possible. Immutable is now going to move in towards A, I believe, or at least get the spike down. But look at Buster's positioning. He's got an alarm bot on the other side, and a turret as well to worry about.
Taking that back.
This is a good positioning from him. He's got his own turret to support him. He moves up further. Fox and him have a little bit of a duel, but not too much. Fox has damaged him quite a lot more. And here's Ion Q trying to find a kill. He will struggle, but Kawhi takes out Bullet. Here's JN missing his shots yet again. He's just not been having a good day today. And this is the side of Valor trying to stabilize with whatever little piece of force that they've got left to work with. Buster gets Immutable. That's one good thing that they've done so far, getting down the main man on the side of Optimistic. But Buster's down to 36 HP himself. And this B-side hit is definitely going to be coming in too, as Buster throws down his ultimate to try and secure a round desperately.
You are divided.
Bringing down from this though. INQ. He's on very low levels of HP, but he's also playing a very dangerous game as well from the side. That is gonna be a beautiful ultimate coming on down through from the side of one of the players, but it's already done and dusted. Fox has no way of trying to get this. A lot of ultimates being thrown in to try and get this round out from pretty much out of nowhere. 3 heavy ults, mind you, Universe. A Killjoy lockdown, and a Killjoy Lockdown, and also Rolling Thunder. So now they don't have both of their strongest defensive ultimates, and now they're only relying on the Hunter's Fury to try and deny a plant or possibly get a couple of kills. This puts a lot of pressure on Bullet. If Bullet does not get a single kill with this Hunter's Fury, there is no way this defensive hold is going to take any shape or form.
Let's find out that this one run that they've got. We've seen the scoreline 3 times in a map now. 5-1.
Yeah, and every single time it happens, it's either going in for a comeback or it's just like a 10-2.
Yeah, it most certainly is. That recon is gonna reveal a little bit, but Hawks is gonna be taking Immutable down. Passes Isle with 2, passes Isle with 3, and this is OE falling apart. 1 versus 3 right now. Fox needs to get this kill. Might want to go for the revive onto his teammate, but time is far too gone. Hawks will get that kill, and now it's a 1v2 where he might just get spammed here, Fox. Shock dust coming his way. Doable 1v2 indeed. He will get the spike and he has a minute to work with. He can run away if he wants to. He will retrieve utility and try to wait for it to come back so that he has something to work with.
They're just going to hold. They're not even rotating. This is smart from both ends, but he has only 9 bullets. He's playing a dangerous game down here. If he needs to spray, this is done. Bullet's getting a little bit antsy. Pushing up for his own positions to try and maybe find something here. Has 1, has 2. Positions everything on Prime. Positions already revealed. They're going to take that shot. And he knows exactly where the player is going to be at. Does get the first initial kill. This is going to be good. Oh, baby. Here comes the party. Fox. Yes, the angle.
Oh, man.
Not again. Not again. Not
Another
again.
1v3. Another 1v3.
Oh, Team Valor, that's gonna hurt. You gotta be feeling the pain on that one. They did not peek the angles together. They peeked at 1v1, and Fox isolated everything beautifully. JN needed to take a swing. He was the one who's opting to go in for that reload. Get a little bit of information at least. Oh god, this is hard to watch. These are the type of rounds that you cannot lose, but the side of Optimistic, they're just playing it better.
They are playing it better. Ion going in for an aggressive A peak. JN's around the corner, being supported by his Sova. And Bullet's gonna take out Ion. That's a good one. Ion not having really the best of games here, but Immutable is. He's gonna be able to take down both of them. He will be flashed, but nobody's gonna be taking out his life.
Barrel.
In the end, Hawks does come in for that kill. Unfortunately, Immutable was pretty low, so it is still a 3v3 with 1 ultimate available. There is a cosmic divide on the attackers. Buster's strides here towards A shot could prove to be a little bit of an issue for them because he can catch YB God towards Long, who I think has lagged out. Has he?
I don't think so. Probably.
Well, this is a 2v2, and Fox has the best positioning to try and stop these rotations coming from Garage, which they are not choosing to do. This is good for Fox to work with because now they will have an idea in terms of sound cues that this is a C-long hit. Right, getting a little too close, but moves into his own smoke to try and win the round for his team. But it's yet again on Fox.
Again, not again. He has a Killjoy lockdown.
Yep.
Does he have to use it? Oh, he spotted on the shoulder. He's gonna go in for it. No.
Buster, he can throw on his own nano swarms, but he's going for the half diffuse first. Does not really want to move more.
My God, Fox! Not
He
another
could've
one.
Stuck that.
No, that was a
Wow.
dangerous stick. He did. Oh wait, no, the alarm bot was there, right?
Yep, it was there, and on top of that, he was covered by the boxes. He could have just tried to be there as long as the alarm bot was not activated.
Damn. That was a really difficult one. That's rough, dude. Like, honestly speaking, I would have to say that's a nice try from Buster. But Fox, he just did it again.
Oh boy, JN. Okay, getting 2 almost there. He will dink another. And there's gonna be no heals available, obviously, because nobody's there to heal him. No Sage, no Sky. And that shock dart is pitch perfect. YB God has been tagged down to 84 HP with 17 points of armor. This is a little bit of a situation for the attackers, as Optimistic Esports are in a crux to understand who exactly is supposed to enter into sides here. Fox looking for a B-side execute, throws in his ultimate, as Kawhi will try to find Buster towards Garage, but that lockdown has been destroyed immediately. YB God, he's the Jet, got a recon, will not detect him, but Jay and Embula will take care of them thanks to their weaponry. 2 versus 5. And this is a clutch that I don't think Fox can pull out at this point.
Probably not. But if they do, yeah, this has got to be the most clutches that we've ever seen in the entirety for one game in Gauntlet. This is an entire series of just clutches over and over, but not this time around. Better angles, better crossfires. They have it all under the wraps. 2-17 on the scorecards here, Universe. Could be looking down the barrels of a 7-5. Just like the map of Ascent, but will history repeat itself? And will the side of Team Valor be able to take this win? You know how badly they need this, Universe. If they lose here, their dreams of playoffs, it's gone.
Well, this is going to be another round where OEM running in aggressively, this time towards B. They want to try and disable whatever they've got on the opponent's side, but this time with a pistol on their hands. They've got Ion to try and work things out, but the spike has been taking control of. Kawhi and Fox actually find 2. And suddenly, Valor being punished for their aggressive pushes, while towards B, they were being a little safe, but it blew up in their own faces. What the hell just happened?
You are divided.
Oh! Fox will get a dink. Pasha Sahil. He is down very low, but Buster's full HP and he's going to be able to find this. It's all under and a 1v2 for another person on the side of Optimistic here. 4 plays remaining. He needs to connect one of them at least, but nothing is going to happen of that sort. Number 3 for Valor as they try to get back into this game in the first half itself this time.
Three and 7. It kind of did just fall apart there and then, but things could just be looking up a little bit down the line though, but for now at least, holding back a little bit here could just be giving them giving them the edge that they need to get that last 2 rounds for themselves, but it's not looking that good for them. 1 more kill, that's all that they need. JN, he's holding down the perfect corner, but this operator from his end.
What is he doing? He knows that box is spammable. JN, there's no way you lose that, but he's got teammates to cover up for him. And here's Pasha Sahil getting another. Kawhi left all alone. He's got the spike on his back, but he's got 4 players to face off against. And one of them has got utility kept right in store. And he's trying to override it. But he's got 1 player right on the other side of it. Oh, I don't think he's heard him. This is a very, very interesting position to be in. Kawhi has sneaked in towards A. This is very, very scary for at least 1 player. And that's Bullet. Round cues might be given away here. But the minute Kawhi goes for this plant, he's going to be giving away the sound cue of a lifetime. But he's covering up.
30 seconds left.
This could be a beautiful touch in the making. Kawhi gets it. Goes for the plant. And this is all that he needs. A 1 versus 4. Buster's already closed up to him. The plant goes down. He's trying to work his own gravity well. Runs away. Buster has a clue about this. He's playing in the smoke. Kawhi gets spotted out and taken down as well.
On my way.
What could be?
My bot coming back.
What could have been this round was unfortunately taken out.
Out of charges.
That hurts.
Last round
That
before
really
the
does
switch.
hurt. 4 and 7. Did I call it universe? Or did I not call it?
Yeah, you kind of did.
Seems like the map of Ascent is pretty much repeating itself once more. Will it be a comeback play from the side of Team Valor, though? That's the real question, because you gotta remember, they're on the much more weaker side of this map, theoretically. And as soon as they switch over to the side of attack, where the breach is a lot more predominant, that's when everything should start falling into place. If they survive this round, Team Valor, they have the best opportunity to try and bring it all back. But JN, now he's eating the shot through the operator. And this operator, if it pays more dividends, just one more kill, the final nail on the coffin has been put on. And a 7-5 scoreline is pretty much inevitable.
JN looking for that gravity well to pull somebody into his POV. But okay, Ascent finds that kill.
Good
Beautifully
angle,
done.
dude.
Yep. 3 versus 5. Last round, 4 ultimates to work with. They can just throw in that rolling thunder. They can throw in the cosmic divide, the kill ultimate, whatever they want.
Let's get out of here. Why? Why are you trying?
Same question on my head as well.
Some of these plays are just...
Switching sides.
I'm questioning a lot of the decisions throughout this entire game. We are both speechless because some of these plays we did not expect. Some of these should not be happening, but
I just have one word again. Interesting. That's
interesting.
I'm not gonna throw anything else out there. This was interesting.
Oh god. I do believe that the players are just getting really tired at this point. What is it now? It's 11 PM and I do believe a lot of these players, they're just starting to, you know, get into that zone. Being like, I just want to finish this, but at the same time, you gotta finish it with style at least.
What the hell is Immutable doing? What was that?
Yeah, this is an iPhone. He was trying to run away and then got caught for it.
Well, whatever is happening right now is far beyond my scope of understanding. So let's leave it to what we see on the screen right now. 4 versus 2. Kawhi's coming in for the backstab. He's made it a 2 versus 3. And now Fox needs to make strides. He's got a player right close to him in that smoke, and he knows that. He expects... Will he get the kill is the question. There's a smoke going down. Fox needs to be careful. Crosshairs right on his head. There's... Oh, Fox! The timing of the placement of that turret and Kawhi coming in at the wrong time as well is going to mean that Valor find the round for themselves on the attacking side. And this is a much needed... Dude, this is just the first pistol round of every map till now has been won by OE. And the second pistol round of every map has been won by Valor. That's literally how it's been so far.
Yeah.
And by the looks of things, this is exactly where Valor took their advantage. This is where they started making strides for their comeback in the first map as well. So if 7-5 is the magic scoreline for them, it's supposed to be their map on paper. But let's find out whether or not they're going to get it. They're being very, very cautious about this round though. Even though they know that their opponents are on pistols. And look at how slow they're approaching this. They actually don't want to push in and they're just waiting for the opponents to make a mistake.
Ooh, JN, he doesn't have a tailwind anymore though. And without this tailwind, it could be difficult for them to enter into his side. But Buster, he's also playing a little bit of his own game. His position has been revealed. Positions are known, but once again, 49 seconds left on the clock. They're pushing their way forward. Spots out one of the players, and IronQ's gonna be the first one to die. Jane does get a second. And a lot of the information really did not come on through properly. There's not much that INQ could have done even to try and survive this. Flashes come out. One more player on the sidelines. Buster's gonna be the one that gets taken down here. Kawhi from the back end and Jade with the dash to shut down the final. 7-7 on the scorecard, ladies and gentlemen. And I do believe that history could just be repeating itself once again here, Universe. This was the exact same scoreline that we saw the map of Ascent end on. For the first half, sorry. And then came down the even Stevens. Couple of more rounds for the side of Optimistic. And then you snap your finger and we saw the side of Team Valor win.
That exactly was the case. But is that going to be the same in this map? We shall find out. Kawhi throwing down his stars at multiple outlets as side of Valor make their way towards the seaside. JN dashes in, sees that the backside is clear because the player who was here has gone all the way back. JN does not need to stay in that corner. He knows that if that smoke fades away, he's going to be
my
used
God.
holding down the back lines perfectly. Buster adding on to that misery as well. A 4 vs 2 where Fox is left with YB God to wonder how the hell they can clutch this one out. But it looks like YB God might just have an answer. Throws in a little bit of a shock dart. Tries to clear out corners. Bullet is throwing in his owl drone to spot out both the players, which he does. And there's that recon. Oaks will stop him in his tracks and Bullet will take care of Fox. That is going to be Valor taking the lead for the first time in Haven.
They got the lead by winning on the buy round of the defense. So yeah, this pretty much is the best advantage that they could have hoped for moving on down over onto the 9th round possibly for them. But they can't really count their victories just yet. It's not over until the fat lady sings, so this one eco round could just be going in the favor of the side of the defense as well if the sheriffs are able to sing. We do see a frenzy in the hands of INQ as well, so close range fights could happen at any second. Vivey does take down the recon ball before it gains a lot of information, so that is smart from him, but let's see how things play out here. 8 and 7, Aldron's gonna spot out at least one, but Vivey, it's not looking that good just yet. JN though, he could just get popped in the head, but the timing! Oh, he's gone. Bye-bye.
INQ close for comfort, gets one. Bullet must be absolutely furious with that. But that's exactly what INQ was hoping to do, and he did it pretty well. But that still doesn't mean that they're gonna...
kiss.
Yeah, but that still doesn't mean they're gonna translate into a round win. Buster has got immutable on the other side of that wall. It doesn't even matter if Buster gets detained over here. It's just gonna be... Yeah, this is going to be the end of the round. Another flying frenzy as Immutable holding on with a shorty in a rather precarious position. Should probably die to the spike, but how is he sitting in the open like this, man?
He's expected. They all went towards the other side. He should die to the spike though. If he doesn't, it's gonna be in a pretty bad spot regardless. He's trying to run for it. He survives. That's gonna be a little bit sad for him when it comes down to Zico, but still, hey, regardless, he's gonna be able to get a half shield and he's gonna be able to pick himself up a gun as well. The players are having fun on the server, at least, I guess. Some of the stuff happening is not really the way we predict, but at the same time, if it's working, it's working. You shouldn't really have to worry about that in those cases. So, beautifully done. The side of Team Valor, they're going to be able to take 9 rounds on the board, but still they cannot get way too comfortable just yet, Universe, because now is another buy round. And in this buy round, I do believe that INQ, yes, he has picked up his operator as well. And this one operator could just be the thing that is the game changer for the map of Haven.
Indeed.
He needs a jump start. INQ has not been having a really good game. You can see it on the scoreboard as well, 7 and 13. Not really the performance that we expect from him when it comes down to this map, because we know him to be that player who has such a dominant presence on the map of Haven, but it's not there just yet. Give him a little bit of time and give him his favorite gun. I do believe both of them meshing together will be the perfect synergy that they need to turn things around, get to that 9 and 9 scoreline, close out the map with Haven, and take a 2-1 scoreline against the side of Team Valor.
Boy. Well, let's figure out whether or not this is going to be the case. Another timeout which came in from the side of OE to try and figure out what exactly is going wrong for them. They are 9 and 7 down, but they have a chance to make things back here. Turret being spotted. Fox gets a beautiful kill, just swings out, finds Jay, and within a matter of nanoseconds there, Asher Sahil is making his stride towards the B site.
Ooh, he's gonna get caught. He needs to run back as well. Buster, though, slow and steady wins the race here, buddy. He's gonna get the push. He has all the information in the entire world. 1% on the back of side, but still, Bobby's gonna be able to find one kill. He nearly got a second as well, but does get traded out at the bare minimum right at the end. Buster, he's still in prime position, knows exactly where the last couple of players are. If they have not yet rotated from spawn, they're already here on towards the mid link. The fact that the ceiling is now getting crowded, Pasha needs to be playing this one very, very slowly. Otherwise, it's going to be hard for him. Buster gets that kill on towards the face of INQ. INQ didn't even see a single soul with his operator. And that's going to hurt. That's going to be painful. Pasha gets one. And that's all that he's going to be able to get. Immutable. He's a clutch god. He knows what he needs to do, but his positions... It's already known. There's no way. There's not enough time. They're just gonna throw out flashes. They're gonna throw out everything that they can, even the kitchen sink in his face to make sure he doesn't find this. Hulks is gonna be the one to put the final nail in the coffin. 10 and 7, and another eco round to boot for the side of the defenders. Universe? I think it's done. If they get that 11, they're fighting to try and prevent match point.
Well,
one slip up, and it's over.
Yeah, and they do have a little bit of economy to try and prevent that, even if this round does go, which looks like it will. Looks like number 11 is going to be up on odds in just a couple of minutes, 1.5
Maybe
to
not.
be exact.
Maybe not.
Let's find out. Kawhi seems to love that Bucky, and he's got a good use for it. But that's the biggest weapon right now on the side of the defense that's going to be going away. What a great combo of that recon, trying to distract while that nanoswarm takes out half his life. But
Nice one.
He's got a good kill, a good reasoning to push through that smoke and be aggressive, but Valor are aware. They know that this is completely crowded. They're going to run back towards it. The rotations have already been thrown in towards the defense, and you can see it. 1, 2, 3. They're all running fast as they can. YBGO's already here. He gets one sheriff headshot. That's all they need. Oh, he's been spotted. Goes for that recon, or shock dart rather, whatever he was holding. And here's INQ, missing all of his knives. Now he's left with just a classic. Even though the Hunter's Fury has come in by YBG in a round which, honestly, he shouldn't have used. This is pretty much undone.
They could actually get this. The Killjoy lockdown's coming in. The time is ticking down though, and they're losing out on a lot of time. I don't know how I like this. They're holding this so aggressive. This is such a dangerous play. You just can't be doing something like this. This is such a dangerous play in general. They're gonna be jumping down. Bobby's gonna be on the front end. Buster just taps him casually at the last second. Oh my god, that was such a risky play. Dude, if they didn't push, it was over.
Yeah.
If they did not push from the side of A-Link, it's done.
This is pretty much over. This round, OE, they don't win this. You can say good night. They've got Immutable on the operator this time. Ion also, it's a double op setup on C and A. And A looking more likely to be the point of interest here. JN dashes across. And he is going to be spotted out, tagged as well. But there's nothing YBG can do about it. Throw in one shock dart to maybe keep them at bay, but it's not going to touch anybody. Fox is holding down towards B, and he needs to be careful because he's got two players on the other side over there. They're trying to play with the Killjoy utility, and Fox is going to punish them for it. Don't touch my alarm bot, he says. It's Kawhi. He's going to get tagged. He's going to get spammed, and he's going to get killed right through those thick walls.
Yep. He's not going to be able to survive that one for long. But Immutable. on that Gale picking up this operator. This operator could just get some value, but at the same time, I do believe that all the members of Team Valor, they're going to slow down massively. I like the way that Jane is playing this. He's just going to hold down the fort and he's going to try and maybe find a kill. But the thing is, Jane, he needs to walk forward if he gets overly aggressive here. Yeah, I think that my sentence just got finished. Yep.
Spike down. C.
Look at him here.
With the operator. Needed round for the side of OE as they put up number 8 on the board. But Valor are still undeterred. They're going to have another buy going into this. And the double operator setup seems to work perfectly for them. Immutable's pretty good with it. And Ion, well, he has been struggling, but that doesn't mean he's not able to connect at least one shot out of maybe 5 or 6.
Not in the best of states just yet, but for now at least, it's 11-8 on the scoreline. They're going to be able to bring in a lot more presence, but still INQ, his position has already been revealed. JN, he's playing his own little dangerous game out here, but look at this, 2 owl drones trying to spot out as many people as they possibly can. One runs across, that's gonna be a shot, but still not gonna be able to find that kill. Instead, it's gonna be Jane finding one, but immediately gets traded out on towards the back end. Buster, he doesn't know the positions just yet. The shots are gonna be taken, flashes are gonna be coming out, one on the left and one on the right. Where do you run and where do you hide? Absolutely nowhere. It's gonna be a full-on blade storm from the sidelines, but Fox! Casual spray transfer. Sure, buddy.
Casual spray transfer indeed, and now Kawhi holding down with a judge towards mid, has got a good position and a sense of sound as well. He might find it and he will find Buster. It's all on the bullet. His recon not gonna give him any value because Immutable's on the side. He's got support as well. And there's nothing Bullet can do. 11-9. We're still not done with this, ladies and gentlemen. The night is still young.
Feels like the overtime.
Don't say it. Don't say it. Just don't say it. Yours is a cursed mouth.
Oh god, everyone's gonna hate me outside of production.
For those of you who don't really know, Aggressive actually said this is gonna go to overtime right before the match itself, and I've been abusing him since then.
Hey, my predictions are pretty close whenever I do go in for something like this, so not my fault. But hey, you can't really blame them now, can you? Because now that OE, their backs are against the wall, they've started waking up, then they are playing a lot more differently than before. They're switching out their strategies, they're trying to bring in something a little bit more different. And this is what I was expecting, but still, it's an 11-9. We cannot really pick the fruit before it's ripe just yet. They're still trying to feel out this entire matchup. They're still trying to feel out as many angles as they possibly can, but Team Valor on the other end, they're wanting to go down towards the C side, but I don't know how wise this could be. They have a lot of ultimates to work with. They have the Killjoy lockdown. This was an easy take onto A, but trying to go to C? I don't like this.
JN dashes in. Kawhi finds him even though he's stunned. There's Kawhi looking for more, but Pashasai shuts him down. This is a beautiful defense by OE, but they're getting traded off. They're getting taken out, but Fox comes in at the right time to take out the last man standing, Buster. Too many places to look at and too many variables to consider. And the math equation falls apart for the side of Valor. And now they've let the side of OE come too close to them.
Remember what I said, that they had 2 ultimates available, a Killjoy lockdown and a Hunter's Fury, and there is no Hunter's Fury on the side of the defense. This was a very simple A-side hit. You take the lockdown, you place it on short, you clear out the entire side, and you just whoop-de-freaking do. What are you gonna do? This is my free real estate now.
Can I use that?
They didn't go in for that play. They went in for the C push, which is a lot more difficult to go up against. And I'm really hoping that they find a proper avenue to put this Killjoy lockdown in right now, because it's their do or die. Unless they win this round, look at their money. It's gonna be difficult. What? Oh, you're what?
Last player standing.
Okay. Okay. So that just happened.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the definition of a choke.
JN. JN. All right. That is yikes. Yikesy. Immutables having a laugh for sure. But that was Valor. You just blew a huge lead. And I don't know how you're coping with this, my guys, but you really need to find your footing, because you lose this, it's game over, my friends. And your chances of coming up to the playoffs are looking thinner than ever right now.
They're taking it slow now. Positions have already gone down through. They're finally putting the ultimates that they had to good use.
Oh!
But it doesn't even help. That nanoswarm placement was beautiful. They are expecting it. And Buster's going to be the one to get taken down because of it as well. Immutable on towards the back end. He's going to be able to survive for a little bit. But for how long is the real question. Positions are prime. They know exactly where he is. That is a beautiful, beautiful Nebula coming up down through from the sidelines. But still, it's not going to be able to survive for long. But still, Fox on the back end is going to be the one to make that difference. And one by one, the side of Team Valor, they start dropping like flies. And oh my god, ladies and gentlemen, this is going in the worst lane it possibly could. One more kill, that's all that they need. But still, Pasha's gonna be the game changer for it all. Pull it from the sidelines. He's coming in from the top. He's coming in from the back. Here comes the shorty, but the shorty's not gonna be the thing that gets in the kill. And Bullet knows that he pretty much saw his entire life flash before his eyes.
What is happening in this match? What was that? Both the Jets are clearly
I want to ask any of the analysts in India, let it be in any region whatsoever, AUNA, I don't care anymore, to try and figure this game out. It feels as though this entire match has just been full of emotion, aim game, and just YOLO, just rush straight forward and do whatever you can to try and win this round. And somehow it's working.
That was what I would like to call a yowza. That was a yowza. And now, thanks to Aggressive, thanks to him and his cursed little mouth, we're staring down the barrel of an overtime, ladies and gentlemen. Unless Valor put this to rest.
Maybe, just maybe.
I just have one request. Can somebody put cancel Aggressive in the chat, please?
Hello?
Just throw that for a bit.
It's not my fault I'm such a good analyst, unlike you.
Oh, right, okay. Well, INQ needs to be analyzing the situation under him right now. While YB God throws in his ultimate, they're trying to recover this as much as they can. With a 5v5 here, no ultimates available on either side. This is a do-or-die situation. Jane and INQ, both the Jets finding one kill each, and this is where it starts, ladies and gentlemen. Jane with another, Valor taking strides, and this is all what it comes down to. It's a 3 versus 4. And INQ, he's not going to be detected. But here's Immutable, coming through the smoke, expecting something. JN, he's supported. It's over, it's done, it's dusted. This is Valor winning the best of 3 right in front of our faces, ladies and gentlemen. 2-1, and what a way to finish it off as well.
Initially, I thought that they were gonna choke this, but hey, at the very end, they were able to come on back. They were able to play together as a proper squad, and they were able to get all the kills right at the very end when things were looking the most grim. And ladies and gentlemen, that's all that you need to do to try and win out in the game of Valorant. I'm happy for them, but at the same time, no one's paid for my medical bills, and thankfully, Universe is not going to send me to the hospital as well. So moving on down from that, ladies and gentlemen, let's head on down over towards the match highlights. Live the moment through once again, all the confusion, all of the plays that went on down through. We need to slow it all down. We need to break things down piece by piece because throughout this entire game, we were pretty much watching a frag movie. We were not watching a tactical FPS anymore. In
I wouldn't
some
really
rounds,
call it a frag movie. More or less a you know, just a YOLO movie. This is a YOLO map. Let's go to the highlights and look at
Mission Impossible Valorant version, Valorant
mm,
edition.
Valor Mission Impossible. This is Mission YOLO. There's no Mission Impossible. We're making our own bloody movie series here. Mission YOLO. We just jump through smokes like this, knowing that the opponent has pecked us across. But what a game this has been, dude. The first map and second map looking so serious and uptight. And this was as well. Not gonna lie, this was. But there were moments where I really thought that, okay, I didn't know this could happen too in a professional Valorant game.
Yeah, but you have to give it to Immutable, man, because like the fact that Optimistic have gotten this many clutch rounds just goes to show how incredible of a team they are on an individual level. I do believe that every single one of the players today from Optimistic, they played incredible when it came down to their individual perspective, but together as a team, they started to fall apart later on in the game rather than early on. And that's one of the main reasons why they lost this. Team Valor, they were able to come together much more beautifully as a team in comparison to Optimistic, while Optimistic were still trying to go in for those 1v1 clutches and pretty much rely on their individual performances to get them through a lot of these sticky situations. It just doesn't work. Not every single time. You can't rely on a clutch every goddamn time you play around or play a game here. Because, yeah, look at Fox. Fox has gotten how many clutches back to back? 3? But can you rely on him to get you through every single situation or every single ditch that you dig yourself into? No.
Oh boy, multiple clutches came across all three of these maps, more so in this one. And looking at those clutches in the first half, I expected Optimistic Esports to be the optimistic winner of this game. But that 7-5 scoreline just has something about it that Valor continuously keep loving. And they will absolutely be ecstatic with this victory.
I'm gonna be happy about it. And hey, history did repeat itself, didn't it? I called it and it happened. I'm just too good at my job.
Overall, this has been a game that was lengthy, a little bit strat infusive in a few maps, and a little strat divisive in the last one at least. And Immutable being the MVP with 22 kills, Pasha on the other side with 24, Valor have absolutely taken the cake with this one. Have a comeback story in place, and they are going to be looking to move up further in the group standings as well, which we will have a look at in just a couple of minutes, ladies and gentlemen. But overall, everybody did perform over here. The Jets, though, well, they might have had a little bit of, a slippery moment here and there. In the end, it was Valor's Jet who will be celebrating the victory.
Yeah, it was a little bit rough when you consider how IonQ was playing. They didn't really have the best of games. He was not able to be the Jet that we normally know him to be on that map. But for now, at least, let's head on down over towards the group standings. See exactly how the teams have moved up and down. And Team Valor, they're going to be really happy. They needed this win to keep their hopes and dreams alive, and they were able to get it in beautiful fashion. Just look at them. They've already made it to the top, and they're now back in towards the side of the playoffs. They have gotten the 5 points that they needed to dethrone True Rippers, and the fact that they did get this as well finally puts them in a position where they can take a deep breath and be like, hey boys, we did it. We are now here, but we still have a long way to go. They still have 2 more matches, and in those 2 matches, they cannot drop a single point. They need to take 2 O's. Otherwise, True Rippers, they're going to force them down into the ditch.
Yep. Team Valor have made their stride towards the green region, and that is a huge jump, coming up 3 places, sending down True Rippers and OnlyFriends below them. This is the stride that they needed. Optimistic Esports will still be above them in terms of points just because of the fact that they won the one map. And even if they hadn't won that map, they would still be above them with 6 points. So overall, this is going to be a race for the third and fourth position coming up between True Rippers, Optimistic Esports, and of course, Team Valor. And if the one below them is going to be able to make it only friends, we shall find out in the days to come. But for today, that is all, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, that's all that we have for you for now. You guys have stayed with us for the longest time. It's getting really late. I know you guys want to head off, but before we do head on off, make sure to check all the links down below in the description. If you want to get a jersey like this, or if you want to check out the side of Intel, you got a lot of products there that you will really be looking forward to. And hey, you got to remember that Intel delivers the best gaming performance value by delivering the best overall gaming experience. Follow the hashtag GameWithIntel to find out more about this. But for now, we're going to be signing off. On off, it's going to be your boy Aggressive, joined by Universe, and we're going to be seeing you tomorrow with a lot more action from the LG Ultragear Tec Gauntlet Season 4, powered by Crucial. Our gaming partners are Intel, and our apparel partners are 656. Good night, and happy gaming, everyone.
One, two, three, let's go.